We here,
Man,
gentlemen.
listen,
episode two of the C.D.B podcast. We are live.
I'm telling you, I was geeked out because like after the first round and the first episode, I was like, oh man, there's gonna be so much that happens within like the next couple of days that it's gonna be absolutely necessary for us to get, you know, on camera, to get this recorded, because you know, we as we've been talking about leading up to this day, like we knew there was a bunch of stuff that was going to happen, and then like music came out, like more things came out in the news. It's just been a bunch of stuff. So as always, I am A.Hun The Shogun, aka Aaron Hunter. That is my government, but I like to speak from my alter ego, and he is my publicist. And then we
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
let's go.
We're reporting live
from the block.
From the block. You feel me? Letting you know what's the foremost goings on around here. This is your man OE. You know, call me Omar. Call me Omar Espinal. That's my government, but don't ever call me a lame. You feel me? Let's keep it moving.
Hey, I'm so weak out on the block right now, bro.
Live and direct, yo, it's a nice sunny day.
You know, as usual, we got me, the boy Chief Chris in the building, you know what I'm saying, the creator chaos, you know what I'm saying? Like to say shout out to everybody, and like to say thank you to everybody who tuned in and checked out our first episode. All those who like, subscribe, and share, you know what I'm saying? Continue to do that, spread the word, spread the movement. You know, C.D.B, we out here, baby.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Chris over in the Honeycomb Hideout.
Of the
yeah, man, I got the
podcast,
in the back, you know. You know, I got represent King's Disease, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Nas, you know what I'm saying? Got my merch finally, motherfucker.
Omar, please continue. Let's introduce this correctly. What episode is
Live
this?
and direct. This is episode 2 of the C.D.B podcast. You don't know it.
I don't know how y'all hold. You know,
more,
people
more than likely.
You gotta be careful with your fingers out here, man. People be getting upset.
Because you know, especially me being out here on the block right now. I don't know who's watching.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's why you wore neutral colors.
Oh no, listen, but I still gotta represent.
Hey, Latino
heat. Let's go. You see the man and Mr. Legend right there.
Man.
You know,
AKA Petty Guerrero.
So, gentlemen, how have we been today? How have we been this week?
Yo, been good.
A lot has been transpiring this week. A lot of fuckery, tomfoolery, and buffoonery has been running around rampant.
Man, the chat has been crazy. Y'all have had me laughing, and then there's been moments where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say that. And so I do. This week has been funny just because like all of us just geeking out in like the chat.
Yeah, man. Listen, this shit is wild.
Right.
You know, we've gone.
You know what though. Sorry to cut you off, brother, but you know what? Just to go back on what you were saying, about the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, throughout the course of the week, before we go ahead and we pick our topics or what we want to discuss and everything, we just throw out little hints here and there, like, oh, I think this would be dope, I think that'd be dope, right? But then on top of that, we also commentate throughout the chat on certain shit. So it's like, yo, I'll be sitting in the chat like, these guys are crazy.
Yo, it's a podcast within a podcast next to a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy because, like, you know, for anyone that's tuning in or doesn't know how all three of us got together, we originally came together because there was another podcast that we listened to, and Chris actually was a creator of, you know, a group that ended up growing to like an exponential number of people that were in there. What was it, like 100,000 people or something like that?
No, oh shit! Damn, Ken, you got my heart taken right
there. Yeah, bro, it was something crazy.
Listen, numbers don't matter, bro.
But just the amount of people. Yeah, just the amount of people.
He created a movement that still transcended to this day, and they got eyes from a lot of people in this space.
It was like people that were in this group were also people that end up going to Discord. Then they split off and became another group entirely on Facebook, which we were all in this group on Facebook. So, you'd have like certain people that would have issues with like, how administrators, and you have administrators, you have moderators that pretty much keep things going and keep ebb and flow going. Because a lot of people don't know if you're
they keep law and order here in this wild west.
Absolutely. Because there's a lot of people that like they'll get into a group, but they don't know, especially if it's a group that's a large group. After a while, it just becomes commonplace that you see comments from that group. So if there's a lot of people that eventually end up joining, if it gets to like just 10,000 people, that's a lot, because that's consistently going to be something that you see in the feed. So, after a certain point, I would say, it wasn't 100,000 people. There was probably like a good 45,000 people, I think, that were in that group, because just the amount of people that listen to that particular podcast. Right.
Yeah.
So, then we end up, and Chris started off a podcast. I was podcasting as well individually. I know that Omar, did you podcast before this, or
no? This is my first podcast experience.
Hey, let's go! We out here.
But listen, we out here.
Papa cherries.
Man, I wasn't gonna say
me. I'm more of the Discord, disruptor, the Facebook,
Yeah, he's a super villain in the comments.
Provider.
He's a super villain in the comments. He's like Doom of the comments.
I go in, fuck shit up, and leave. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So
put a little grenade in there.
When he jumps in the Discord, he says something like, all right, guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hold that. Talk on that, and I'll be back for it.
Right. So, eventually we end up coming together, because that's a large group that, the chief started, or at least was in like the realm towards like the top of just generating conversation. It end up getting disbanded, so it like split into factions. So then there's like Discord people that are over here. You've got fractions of little tribes or groups on Facebook. You've got people on Twitter, you've got people on Instagram. So it's just like after that.
Forget the Reddit community.
What'd you say?
I said the Reddit community also.
Oh yeah.
That's
absolutely.
A wild place.
Yo,
I barely run up in there because they be on something else in there.
Yo,
There's some wild shit going on, and I'm not with most of the wild shit that they're on.
Folks are crazy for real in that realm. So it's kind of like, okay. But I'm glad that we were able to get together, and ours just kind of came off.
Once again, this is a Chief Chris production. This is all, his hands is all over this, because he came to me, he came to AA, and he said, yo, let's combine like Voltron and fuck this shit up again.
So
a different landscape now, a
lot of stuff that we're doing, it's like everybody's talents kind of came together in the right point in time. And then also too, it's a level of consistency which has differed, I think, when like most people do stuff, you'll hear people like, hey, let's collab, let's get together, let's do XYZ. And most of the people be full of shit, by the way.
But this little conglomerate that we have here, we're extremely dedicated. So you're gonna see us for a long, long time.
Yeah, no. There's gonna be so much fun. I'm like, as much as
I'm gonna grow dreads like Chris by the time we even think of.
Oh wow, that's crazy. You gonna be out on the block with some dreadlocks? Dang. So after Marcy, you gonna go to Jamaica Queens too? That's crazy.
No, I'm gonna go to Jamaica. I don't know if you're going to Jamaica Queens.
Oh shit.
That's a different type of Jamaica out there.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Jamaica Queens.
Yeah, cool.
So anyways, let's get into it, because there's so much stuff that we have been talking about in the comments. I know we're like bullshitting just to get to it, because let's get to it. Last week, Omar like came out the gate super hot and like had a wild take off
Oh
rip.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen.
The chief tried to back it up and he was talking about Ja Rule. I was, you know, and then they've been going back and forth in the chat. Yo, it's wild. Like the amount that y'all have been wilding.
We can't tell Kanye to pay them people if his Ja Rule ain't gonna pay them people.
Man,
let's not digress. Let's get to these topics.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I mean, I guess the first topic that we can kind of jump into, which I was like super like wild about, is the Ann Hibbert or Herbert, whatever, the executive. She was the executive for,
also known as a privileged white woman. But let's continue.
You know what? Can we pump the brakes on getting wild off rip? We just need to pull people into the conversation. We got to pull them into the conversation. Otherwise, they're gonna wild out. I understand where you come from.
All right.
And it's not necessarily her, it's more so her son who we wanted to talk about. So
extra privilege. Okay.
So this lady has worked at Nike for 25 years. She worked her way up to become the manager for North American, if I'm not mistaken, retail for North America. So she was like a big executive at Nike. Now, mind
she's the vice president. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then she also resided over like all of North America, right? Mm-hmm. So crazy level in where this woman's gotten to. And, you know, it kind of sucks to lead Women's History Month off this way, but we'll make sure we bring up some other topics. But her son got her hemmed up and went like full-blown Tekashi 6ix9ine and snitched on his mom because he got...
How you fuck the plug up?
Yeah, so
how do you fuck the plug up, man?
Her son, for anybody that doesn't understand what we're talking about here, her son started a resale business of sneakers. So there's a big culture for anyone within and around hip hop culture or just the culture in general that like and buy sneakers. So homeboy was reselling sneakers. He was getting it for his mom's discount on a credit card that he took out in her name. So he was buying it and then flipping it for profit.
And we're not even just talking about no minuscule flip. Like this guy flipped it for over 100, half a mil.
Yeah, because at one point in time, and he was featured on something with Forbes, and they're like, yo, how are you getting like all these exclusive drops? How are you doing XYZ? Like, you know, what's your secret? Yeah, and he, at one point in time, I think he made $600,000 in a month from sneaker sales, right? So exclusive sneaker sales. So with that, what's so crazy is just the fact that like homeboy snitched his mama out in an interview and said who she was, how he was able to get his hands on like these exclusive sneakers, which by the way, he somehow magically found 6 pair of the Nike Air Mag, which is the shoe that's well known for the back to the sneaker. What is that? Self-lacing? Yeah, dude. He had 6 of those that he magically found in a warehouse. Come on, fam.
that was 6 pairs that his mama was able to procure for him.
Right. So,
my whole thing is this reeks of so much, and I know it's a wild. I know we're getting wild really early.
Oh man, he about to go in. Let's go.
This reeks so much of privilege. Like this is disgusting. Like I can see why the resale community is in an uproar. I hate resellers, by the way. I extremely hate resellers. Like they're the dredges of hell to me.
Damn, why they gotta be all that, fam?
Because first of all, I got my people's been trying to get PlayStation 5, PS5 for retail since they came out. Granted, I was one of the lucky ones that went and got it retail.
Right.
But everybody else is like, yo, they're charging me $1,000, $1,200. I'm like,
Jackson.
There is no point of doing this. I know you're trying to make a buck, but
right.
I'm not paying anything other than retail for sneakers, consoles, things of that nature. I'm not.
Well, see, you gotta remember though, bro. At the end of the day, even though it's a hustle, that's these niggas hustle. Like that's how they eat. You feel me? They eat off of what's the highest demand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
oh, you
fine.
want this? All right, I'll
that's
get you
perfect.
this. You gotta give me this and that. You know, so
I
sometimes
don't knock the hustle. What I knock is when you go out of your way to get somebody that doesn't want to support you. I don't feel like supporting you. So why are you destroying the market for the average consumer? Like this is just it's insane.
Well, you know what? And it's not even just like if we're gonna go into that, because we can go into that for real. But if it's not just them that we're gonna talk about, who I hate are the people that run the bots, like these large collectives, which I've seen this happen too. Is there'll be like a group of like 5 or 6 dudes. They'll all have like these bot systems or programs that they're running on different devices than like what they would normally just use, and it's purchasing all of their stuff, like all their sneakers. So they're not buying like, you know, 1, 2, 3, or 4. They might have like 30 phones set up that like all have a credit card registered to it, and then when a sneaker drop comes up, each of those phones buys a certain pair of sneakers. So if you've got, you know, 5 dudes that are doing that, you know what I'm saying? Then you're looking at like 150 pair if everybody's pulling, you know what I'm saying?
Already
like
taken out of the market.
And that's crazy. And that's crazy.
So you're right. I agree with you. Like I agree with you that the way they move about shit is kind of fucked up, bro. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, these niggas is just trying to eat, man. You know, like and
I understand.
And everybody like honestly, like everybody's a con in some kind of way sometimes. And sometimes, you know, you trying to sell somebody something, you know what I mean? It may not be conning them about it, but you know, but at the end of the day, going on how you approach the business and how you approach that, you know what I'm saying, the party. Because sometimes, like, you got people like that, like, where they don't even charge, like, all right, boom. Like, let's just take it on for example, like you said, the P5, right? You know, so it's what, 500-600, right? So now, boom.
500.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, you know, you got people that will want to recoup that money back, you know what I'm saying, and plus make a profit for it, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I hear like when I see like a 750, 800, like that's not too bad. Like 1,000, that's not too bad. Like at the end of the day,
$1,000, that's double. That's double.
Yeah, but see, that's crazy.
Stupid,
you're not gonna charge you double
if you
retail.
that stupid and hungry to pay $1,000 for a game system that you could just wait for, my G, then go ahead, by all means.
Because I mean, if you look at sneakers, and this is where I think it's important too, where, you know, and we'll get into this conversation, I think we should later, is where it's like, if the people that actually created like sneakers or had their own exclusive versions of that, like if they customize sneakers, yada, 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 so on and so forth. And let's say someone ends up trying to flip that. Well, then that original artist, which, you know, we hear a lot now, especially within like spaces like NFTs or cryptocurrency, or these, you know, like within like the blockchain multiverse, so to speak. That's where I think, you know, it would be valuable if the common folk actually were able to get their hands on something that they would like to get their hands on. Whereas like people get priced out of stuff. So if it's like a
I'm one of them.
If it's a pair of sneakers, if it's you know, some type of collectible or something like that, then or even artwork, like you can get priced out immediately if it's just like, oh, I think this is luxury. Boom. And then you're like, damn.
To be honest with you, I just got priced out today.
On a PS5?
No, I got priced out on a pair of the Cloud White Yeezys that came out. I'm not a Yeezy fan.
I really am not a Yeezy fan either, but I understand.
To be honest with you, that design of that sneaker is something that intrigues me. It looked nice. It would look nice with something.
So
log in immediately. 2 minutes later, they're all sold out.
Absolutely, and that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. It shouldn't, like, I get it if there's like global an amount. So if they make like 3 or 5,000 pairs of these sneakers, and it's distributed globally or something like that. Maybe they're trying to see what the value of that might be. I think it might be better for them to do maybe like 10 to 15,000 of that sneaker or more, and then put it out there. So then it's like, you can buy them at like local stores or something.
Dude, this was 1.5 million pairs gone in 2 minutes.
Bro, what?
This is 1.5 million pairs going.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like
that just tells you that there's something more sinister going on here.
All right,
like,
so
I can't believe.
Which one was it? The Cloud Yeezys?
Cloud White. From what my boy was telling me, because he deals with shit like that, he said there's 1.5 million pairs out there. There should be no fucking reason, absolutely, why these sneakers are gone already.
Damn.
Bro, they're already 7.5 Cloud Whites just sold. Did it sell? It sold on StockX for $509.
They're $220.
Yeah, so depending on what your size, and this is the thing too, because a lot of people probably don't understand like sneaker culture or anything like that. Like, depending upon what size shoe you wear, that is either common or uncommon. Then
10.5 for me.
Yeah,
they want 700 for it.
I'm an 11, so I'm sure that it's probably priced at something astronomical. Like, I am seeing a bunch of them that went up, so maybe whoever's selling them, I don't know if there's like an average price. So I've seen like 509, 583, 560.
Bro, mind you, they came out today.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is gonna jump up 5%, 10%. By next week, I didn't even buy them. I waited and I said, you know what? I'm not for this shit. If I was gonna get them, I would have had them. But now 1.5 million pairs.
Is this reflective or non-reflective?
I think it's a non-reflective.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because they're right now on StockX 385. So again, like, just think about this. If the retail for this sneaker was probably what, 200? 220. If it was 220 and right now they're at somewhere lowest with shipping and everything included on a resale site, it's probably like 425, 450.
And that's today. So think about it next week.
So
think about it next month.
If we're talking about that's like, we have to give, I literally as a sneakerhead get so upset at something like that because, you know, like I grew up playing soccer. I've always been a fan of like something that goes on my feet, right? I want it to be comfortable. I want it to be stylish, whatever it's going to represent, you know, just a sense of style that somebody might have. So looking at somebody that it has like a back room or a warehouse full of this sneaker.
I know Chris can attest to this. Chris remembers when, you know, you used to go to the sneaker stores in New York and you'd be able to grab whatever fly shit you can. Now, this is insane, bro. Like, I went to a store when I was in New York last week just to check it out.
No.
They got shit on those shelves. Nah, bro, you know, most of this shit is gone, bro. Like, I asked him for a 10.5 as a joke. Do you have any of those on the top row at 10.5? He said, no. He said, are you gonna have some? Like, no. He's like, even the sneaker stores are getting priced out.
So so it wasn't from the standpoint of like, they didn't have them because they sold out. It was because they couldn't get them.
They couldn't even get them.
See, and that's crazy.
That's just, it's a bad thing. But getting back to Nike, getting back to this, the vice president of Nike, you never tell on the plug, bro. Like, you're making 6 figures. What's wrong with you,
bro?
Are ass whippings? Do we still give out ass whippings to our kids?
Nah, but he did. But question: did he get caught up, and that's why he snitched?
No, he
did it in an interview.
he told them, and you never say this to them, never say this to these people. Listen, don't ask me about my mother. So you know what the first thing I'm going to lead with?
Who's your mom?
Who's your mom? How's she involved in this?
Mm-hmm.
And then one person heard it, two people hear it. Somebody, because it's the great, wild, wild internet. I don't call it the World Wide Web. I call it the wild, wild internet. And somebody did their research. They did their Googles. Who's your mother? Oh, she's the vice president of North American merchandise and retail. So that means if anything exclusive comes out, all you got to do is go, excuse me, ring, 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 mommy. I need 30 pairs of this shit. Make that happen.
Bro, he took a credit card out in her name, fam.
That's how he was purchasing them.
And was using her discount.
Yo.
And you tell on the plug?
Bro.
You're making more money than your mother and you rat her out?
Bro.
You must be.
Yo, you know what it is?
I need to throw you out the window or throw you out of the door.
Yo,
like they do.
I'm telling you, I don't even think he realized
French
what he was doing when he did it. You feel me? I think he was just trying to stunt real quick, like, yeah, so I just flipped this, you know what I'm saying? So I got this amount, you know what I mean? I don't even think he realized what he was doing when he was just snitching like that.
You stunted your mother out of a 6-figure salary.
Bro.
What you gonna do now?
And they facing possible jail time too?
Yeah. Because that's so it's funny because that is a certain way of we remember the Martha Stewart story. We remember how she got her insider trading.
Yeah, but
it's in that vein.
So here's the crazy thing about it though. I wouldn't understand, like, for real, if we want to argue it, because like I get it, that's some super foul, shady stuff. His mom has
I get it too. That's what my man. Fuck that though. That was just like eat.
His mom had to take the L because he told on himself. But if they're trying to pursue legal action, for real, let's take a step back, because if we're talking about Martha Stewart, where they already set the precedent, like, hey, this is somebody that she was found guilty.
Shout out to Martha Stewart, by the way. She's a real G.
Didn't drop dime on
like lasagna.
Like didn't drop dime on anybody. But here's the crazy
my jail time.
Here's the crazy thing is, like, we also just had U.S. senators that during the pandemic got briefed on what was going to happen with certain companies during the pandemic, and then they sold off their shares of the company. So they sold high, then when it tanked the stock, they bought it back because they knew.
Do you see that little red dot going across your chest real quick?
Yeah, right. That type deal.
Yeah.
No, but it's
don't talk about that.
No,
don't talk about Murder Inc.
Bro, I don't care. Yeah, no, fam. And when we're talking about, they literally
they're gonna come see you. They're gonna come see you.
I've already been saying this, and I'm not the first person to say it. Like, people know that these folks. And it's the lady that lost the Senate seat to the Black Reverend in Georgia. She was one lady. I think there was also a person from South Carolina that, there was a Republican. There was maybe one or two Democrats. Like, bro, there's so many shady people in political positions or high positions. Listen, you know what I'm saying?
It's highly understandable.
That's where it's more so the argument. Like, fam, your son got into a point where it's like he's over here doing some wild stuff. He's buying low, selling max value that he can get off of a flip that he got on a discount.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
To put a little cap on this.
Yeah.
He fucked. It's over.
Yeah, it's over.
That's over. They shut down the Carter.
It's
you shut it down yourself.
But since we talking about selling though, you know what I'm saying, let's just go ahead and just jump into the next one about Jay-Z selling Tidal. How do you gentlemen feel about that? For $297 million. First of all, let me ask you a question. Do you feel like that was a low price?
No. Because he didn't sell the whole entire company. That's
what he didn't. He sold shares,
the majority share. So if you know he got $297 million, then you know that the company is worth at least $500 million.
Right.
So but it's all quiet over here in Marcy houses right now in lieu of that news.
Well, I think most people don't.
We are expecting a nice little Christmas bonus down here.
I,
You feel me?
I think most people don't really understand that what Omar just said, right? Because he sold majority shares. So meaning he's no longer the majority share owner.
Shareholder. Yeah,
shareholder, excuse me, of Tidal. So it doesn't mean that he like OJ said is
it doesn't have stake in the company.
Yeah. And what he did with that is like he also then started making other plays where, you know, he's investing in credit building app that helps individuals that are paying on certain things, like any type of subscription based sub that they're using or doing. That should show that they are building their credit because they are paying for that. And by doing that, that allows for people that maybe don't have like, you know, a good grasp of financial literacy. It does at least make them a little bit more, it gives them a little bit more stake in the game, so to speak.
Well, that too, and I think also when that comes apart, like then the people could start moving on from that point, you know what I'm saying, starting to find out better ways to build their credit and not just rely on I just said. I think that right there is just like a little step, you know what I'm saying, for them, like a little push in the right direction. All right, see, this is what you got to focus on, getting your credit up, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna help y'all by trying to do this for y'all, you know what I'm saying? And then now let's continue to build off that. You feel me?
Yep.
Like I think it's more behind than just him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even like major companies that he's trying to advocate for, to have it to where this works for, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it says something like Uber or some shit like that. Like I mean like your Spotify shit like that, you know, like certain streaming platforms that you use, shit like that, like can count, you know. So it's like that's like a little baby step pushing away, you know what I'm saying, to get you
right. Yeah, it kind of roll back into it. I think that this is going to now have a more profound effect on like payment options, because if I'm not mistaken,
are we still talking about Tidal, or are we talking about the newer company that he invested in?
Well, I'm going.
Perch?
Yeah, I'm going. Well, not necessarily just that one. I'm more so going back to like the person that purchased, like who was that? Jack?
Yep.
So the person that owns Square, Jack Dorsey, purchased the majority share from Tidal. I think there's probably a longer play in that, because maybe there's going to, especially within.
For me, it's to just use the Square infrastructure.
Well, that, and I think Square's probably going to make a play in the crypto space too.
They already have that. No, wait, no, that was Cash App. Cash App has a play in the crypto space where you can buy Bitcoin with Cash App, but I think Square is going to be the next one.
I think
what I do want to touch about is the other one that went a little bit under the radar. It's a company called Perch. And their whole play is to have your recurring payments.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Yeah, that's what
anything.
Yeah, that's what
it goes towards your credit. Yes, that's what I was asking. If you
yeah. No, I think that's
that is a game
crazy
changer.
too. That's what I'm saying. Is like he's making so many chess moves that, like, you know, when most people are like, well, because people really had an issue with Hove when he did the deal with like the NFL, and like they didn't understand it. I'll be the first to admit I probably was I know I was in the realm of like, I kind of looked at him funny, especially when they did like the press conference where they were sitting at the table. And then they were asking about, like, you know, how do you feel in regards to like Colin Kaepernick? Should he get it?
To be honest, he didn't want to do that shit.
I know he didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do that shit at all.
What, the tryout?
No, that round table discussion with Roger Goodell. And
yeah, I don't think he wanted to
the
do
whole
that.
nine. He didn't want to do that.
That was
there was even no point to do that.
No, it was for the owners, in my personal opinion. I think they propped him up so that they could make themselves align more with like Black consumers. Because if you think about it,
I don't think that was the point. I think the point was to get somebody to take the shots. So if you're shooting at Roger Goodell, no, you know what, Jay, come on in. We're gonna make you the face in the forefront of this.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like, then it also has to subside to shooter, like the shots too. So people are probably going to take less shots at the NFL with like the whole Colin Kaepernick blackball.
But what better than to have one of ours?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course. Yeah, because they got
the white man.
They got to pull Jay-Z in. He's probably one of
those. I think y'all two are saying the same thing.
Yeah.
No problem.
No. Because no,
and that's what we do here. We agree.
No. But I'm just saying, like, I think y'all two are saying the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? But to just go piggyback what y'all saying too. Like, I think like Double A said that. No, Jay is making a lot of fucking chess moves. You feel me like that? Like and he's setting certain pieces up in a world where he has stake in so many different like directions that it's just like it's like, yo, you know what, like.
I got a wild take of what he's
I've been saying
for
a while. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Hov runs for presidency in 2024.
I don't see him doing that.
I don't see him doing that. What I see him doing is
not too far down. I say in the next 3 different terms, you might hear something to peak about Jay.
I think what he's going to do is he's going to try to consolidate all of these major labels.
Well,
I'm thinking that his major play is I'm gonna pick up as much liquid currency as I can, and then I've already run Def Jam. Now I want Universal. That's my take. Is he's gearing up to shift the landscape in the music industry to where he's mentioned up there with the Liors and
see, that's the difference between Jay and
the Granges and things like that.
Jay is not just like an A&R or something like that. With the movies
but what I'm saying, he's,
you know what I'm saying, he in my opinion, he surpassed Lior and all of them. Like
no, I'm saying
Lior, they will hold over him
is
like
music,
having their credentials on the artists and shit like that they done. But
he's gonna transcend in the music space. To where
that's what I'm saying. I think what he's doing is beyond just music.
He's gonna be like a one of the Granges. Like you don't hear about them too much, but you know they.
Oh, kind of like a Ghost. So it's
Ghost. Like he's gonna transition to that.
Well,
where he's not gonna own a label. He's gonna own the music group behind the label.
All right, so let's break this down because I think where most people misunderstand or like when we talk about Jay-Z, I'm not a Hovenger, right?
Neither am I.
I'm
sorry, I'm a card carrying member here, sir.
Yeah,
I'm standing right on the block.
Yeah, I know you
things, and I got people looking at me right now.
You outside?
Like, I don't knock Hov and everything.
You got to say you a Hovenger, bro.
And I love his business.
I am.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like other than that, like I'm not really a Hov fan. But like
I'm a Hov fan. You know why?
The man's business ambitions is. You know what I'm saying? His determination and just how he always just makes it like Hov is just always doing something different. You feel me?
Right.
That's what it is.
I can give you a brief history of why I'm a Hovenger. I moved to these beautiful, beautiful condominium / projects in 95, 96. I was there for the Hard Knock Life video. I was 2 feet behind the camera when they were shooting it. I've met this man, like. But his music is just, it speaks to me. It speaks to the struggle of what I was going through at the time.
So do you think that it does because you have like a closer connection to where he like came from?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Because I think
at the same time, the man, he's like Steph Curry out here in the business world. He can't miss.
Well, I think that which is he actually has not really made too many missteps.
No, but I think where have you heard of
no, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I can't pull one.
But you know what it is? Jay don't make missteps. Jay makes a little fumbles and he picks it back up though.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so we're gonna stay right there.
A lot of mistakes. I think he makes a lot of fumbles. You know what I'm saying? But
Where,
just because you lose,
give me one, and then we can expound on it.
Just because you make a fumble don't mean that you lose possession.
So do you think he fumbled with the NFL to where he sat at that table and did that? I think that would be
no.
Oh no, who you asking me if that was
I think if it was more so like he didn't like who was that? Was it you, O, or was it you?
Yeah, that was me.
So if O said he didn't want to be there, he didn't want to be that person to be in front of the camera.
But sometimes even you do some things you don't want to do.
Yeah, of course.
You see the bigger picture.
I think
the bigger picture is you want to quell all of this unrest by, okay, I'm gonna sit here and take these punches because I know what I want to do with your brand.
Yeah, I know where I want to take it. Like, you look at what he can do. He has they signed a deal to where he was supposed to be in some realm over top of like the entertainment for the Super Bowl.
And he was this year. He was started this year. And look what we got. Granted, the performance was trash. But the concept was great.
Yeah, the concept was I mean, for real, it's just like America had to understand what it's like to be in a live stream space.
Listen, I don't care what y'all say. That shit was right.
I thought it was all right. For real.
Listen, me and you, man, I think we're gonna make a new segment here. We're gonna have a little debate versus in here. You be on some craziness.
Yo, real talk.
You, Chris, you be telling me all this. I say this shit is trash.
Time out. Because usually I'm the dude. Time out. Because usually I'm the dude in the middle that always somehow has to like, keep you two at like arm's length, right? Just so that way we can relax.
You're here to be the voice of reason,
man. But sometimes, like for real,
you be going off some wild shit too. Like,
well, you said something about Kid Cudi, so I got an issue because everybody and their mama.
But you said something about Drake. And
I don't give like, you know what I'm saying? I just don't give a fuck about Drake right now. All that.
Don't open the mail.
Nah, bro. I just don't.
Don't go to your mailbox tomorrow.
Like, I like Drake. I like Drake as a personality now, but like as in regards to all that other, I've never been to a Drake concert, so I can't tell you like, oh damn, that was so tight. Right.
Neither have I.
I've never really I've been into
with the music he does not miss. And that's what a lot of people hate.
It's too, I think maybe I have an issue with it being too commercial now. That's probably where
since we already talking about Drake and we talking about his music and everything, we might as well just go ahead and just jump into the new music and just start talking about how you feel about the 3 new songs that he just released.
Well,
are we off 3 by the way?
Hang on. No, it's
3
not.
by the way. Listen.
Hold on. What you said, Double A?
I said, are we off the Jay-Z purchase? Because I think that's an important topic.
Jay-Z and Jay-Z
sometimes.
Yeah, of course, and that's cool.
We'll cut that off, and then we'll get right into the music.
I think my wrap up for the Jay-Z thing is that like there's so many plays that are about to be made that I think a lot of people just really don't understand. He's, in Omar's words, I think he's gonna do some wild stuff, but he might be like the Bezos. I think he might end up becoming like the Bezos of entertainment. I think of like maybe music, maybe entertainment in that particular space. So yes, that's what I think he might become, like a Bezos style, or like maybe how Elon Musk gets looked at versus Bezos. I wouldn't say.
He's already looked at that way by us in certain circles.
Yeah, like for sure.
I'm thinking he's going to transcend into another level.
An
untouchable, like really untouchable level, where we're never going to see any more music from him. We're not going to get no more music from him.
I believe that. I honestly, like, what is Jay, 51?
Yeah,
we're not going to get no more music from him.
I say we got about another 2, 3, 4 good. I say about 55, Jay might not be rapping no more.
No, I say about by 2022, the way he's buying and selling shit, we're not going to get another Jay album.
But Jay, he loves to jump on projects and just murder shit. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like that's his.
We'll get a
Like
little
before,
freestyle
because you
here
gotta
and there.
remember before Jay's a businessman, before he's any of that extra shit, that man's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He's an MC, so he's and he's an MC that retired and came back because of his passion for the music. You feel me? Like,
listen, I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man.
I understand. And when did he say that? And what year was that?
He said that years ago. He said that shit.
All right, then, and he's still fucking in the music business. That's what I'm saying. Like he's a businessman, but he's gonna always have a little bit. I think. Like
I understand
said,
that's an
it's
itch
gonna
that's
get to the point where
hard.
Jay start trying to do like different political shit. Like that's when Jay's really gonna be on some like, I can't rap no more. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to be held accountable for certain shit.
I don't think we'll ever see Jay-Z as a president. No. I don't think so.
I never said that we would see him as a president. I never said that.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would put himself in that position to run as a president.
I think
he's too much of an introvert.
I think no, I would say just from the standpoint of like it would actually diminish his value if he became president. Whereas the value of what he can take on,
what he can bring to a company, what he can do for brands,
what he's going to end up doing in so many different spaces, like entertainment, alcohol, like black, brown people,
lifestyle.
You know what I'm saying?
I still stand by that. My hot take
he's going to go into the political spectrum
in about next about 3 different terms, so about 12 years. Because like I say, he's about 51. Usually you start hearing about some of these politicians in their late 50s, early 60s. I say about like Jay's like next 3 terms, which is 12 years from now, you'll hear him about some kind of political aspect.
And you have too many things that can be used against him.
Hey, listen,
for real, to be honest, I don't care about nobody can say anything about him because you can try and bring up old stuff like, oh, well, look at the lifestyle in the background it came from. Okay, look what he did since then. Look at where he's at now. So when it comes
you're not battling against your own people when you step into that political arena. That's the problem.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to do that.
Sometimes you really are battling against your own people because that's how you get the vote.
He's battling against the old conservative white.
Bro, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of whole Avengers who love hold on. There's a lot of whole Avengers that hold to a certain stature in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I bet you if you ask them motherfuckers if they wanted to see Jay-Z as their president, they'd be like, hell nah. And I never said that he was going to be the president. I'm saying that he may run one day.
I don't think he'll ever get Grammy Stacey's vote from, whatchamaffuck Iowa. He's not. And that's what we got to be realistic. He might be one of those dot connectors for political people. Listen, I can get some fundraising here. I can get you some fundraising there. We're going to put you in these positions.
And I'm pretty sure he does that behind the scenes anyway. I'm pretty sure he does that from behind the scenes anyway.
I think he'll come more into the forefront of it now.
Here's the thing that I think is important to maybe go into as well, is because like Omar, you actually were leading into a space that I agree with, where it's like he could be one of those dot connectors. Whereas like we all killed Ice Cube, right? We all killed him for going and meeting with President Trump. I think he met with them like a month or 6 weeks prior to the actual elections. So then it's like that's maybe, possibly he did it too little too late, or that's only when they felt it was necessary for them to meet with him. But at the same time,
not to cut you off, what I feel about that whole exchange is like we're being hypocrites. We're not, us as a people. Yes, sometimes we gotta go meet with the other side.
Yeah, but
just even if we don't get what we want, it's just to see why it's happening.
Here's my thing. I don't need to meet with them after they have shown that they haven't done anything for us. What we should be doing is within like the first half of their administration, if they're like we already know the president's going to be there for 4 years. Then we know that there's like an offshoot cycle of, the Senate gets voted in. 2 years after that. So if there's going to be an adjust, or maybe I don't know when it is, but we know that there's like a differentiation. So there's another form of government that gets voted in besides the president. Yeah, that's important. Not only that, people don't even know shit about like their local or their state government their state legislature. So they should shut the fuck up in general. Like, cool.
No, yeah, for sure.
Just because that person over there who's running for president promises you this, you are probably not going to get it because of the fact that the other side wants to make that person not get anywhere close to its campaign promises. So they're probably going to pull some shit over here into the fray, and then it's going to deter attention. Like,
i.e., the $2,000 checks that we were supposed to be receiving,
bro, and they just
now
$1,400. Yeah, they just now fucking finally approved the shit. But it's weird that we can go bomb a fucking country, or we can go do an emergency bailout for something else, but we got fucking it takes us like 7 or 8 months just to come to an agreement of some shit that we are already paying into. I can't not pay my taxes. I can't just choose to be like, you know what, fuck paying these taxes, right? Because they automatically take my shit out of my check, everybody's. But if I want my shit back that I've already been paying into since I've been a professional employee, trying to work on building my own business or brand, same shit, like I still have to pay this out. So there shouldn't be any issue that y'all have to send it. If not, I kind of understand why people are ready to run up in the Capitol, but they were running in there for the wrong reason.
No, I'm gonna say you can't get them niggas no fucking
No, I can understand why somebody would feel like that. What I am saying is the reason as to why they did it, i.e., they believed a bunch of bullshit, saw some stuff online, don't know how to really look at shit and fact check it or whatever. Like, but then they'll go, oh, the election was stolen. Okay, my guy. Are you worried about that? Or are you more so worried about the fact that like everybody on your fucking block lost their job at the local steel mill type shit? So now it took y'all over 3 months just to get one employment check, even though within the first week of you being on unemployment, you filed, and they want you to continue to file consistently, but you haven't even received a payment because there's so much backlog and there's so under there's people that aren't even employed working at a place that then would have to field call. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of bullshit. So I get it. But what I'm saying here is like, no motherfucking politician would ever want to be in that position. And you wouldn't then want to go meet with the motherfucker almost 4 years after they haven't done shit. When they then are making campaign promises, you should be meeting with them within the first 2 years and be like, hey, fam, I don't know if you forgot, but we're over here and this is 60% of, or 40% of the people that
it was a publicity stunt.
When it comes to Ice Cube, you thought it was a publicity stunt?
All publicity is good publicity.
Because Cube is he's always been vocal on certain shit, you know what I'm saying, especially on politics. He's been politics.
So if it wasn't that's why I'm trying to reason it. Why would you go over there knowing he's on his way out if it is not a publicity stunt, just so you can generate
possibly on his way out though? You forgot
because
that. Possibly
if not,
on his way out. Hypothetically speaking, if he had won.
If he had won, we wouldn't be here right now. But that's
if he had won, I think
hypothetically speaking, if Trump would have won, you think that Cube wouldn't have went to Trump like, you know what I'm saying, on some like, yo, you gotta stand true to what you said, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because even after Trump was out of office.
No, you don't think? I don't think that Cuba would have been allowed to do that.
What? You don't think so?
No.
You don't think so? You think that Cuba was a jump out the window? They didn't have some kind of like prior engagement or like?
No, that was a jump out the window. That's why it failed so miserably.
Right.
Because he just went over there and this motherfucker never called you.
Well, Trump,
you went over there, yo, can I talk to him?
Yeah.
But what did you go over there to talk to him about? So that's why I can only surmise that it was a publicity stunt
on Q's part.
On
No,
Q's part.
I
Because
can't.
if not, then this was a monumental failure.
Yeah, I can't kill him
and
on
this
that.
only just killed you. Like,
No,
instead
it
of
is
giving
a
you
monument.
some.
Bro, that is a monumental failure. That's not
Yeah.
debated. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's no debate.
But I think we're spending too much time on Cube just because, man. I
Yeah.
don't like 3-on-3 basketball
Yeah.
anyway, so fuck that.
Yeah. Damn.
Are you
Anyways,
ready to wrap up your J?
Yeah, bro. I just
Yeah,
think that
Jay doing Jay things. That's what he's doing.
Jay's doing Jay things. Cube tried to do what Jay,
And
I think,
stay
has.
tuned. That's the main thing. Stay tuned to that because you're gonna hear about some shit that's gonna completely change the landscape of everything that we knew from.
I think
as far as entertainment.
Yeah, I think you'll see it probably within the next year and a half. Like it's almost like he doesn't show his whole hand.
Yeah.
But you just see moves being made, and then
don't be surprised if this motherfucker says, "Yeah, I just bought Sony."
Oh yeah, then
I just bought Sony.
That's gonna be gross. Is
that
why? Who?
Wait. Why would you?
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm saying that's gonna be gross for anybody that's like industry, like that's been in the industry. And that is.
I don't want to talk to your boss because I'm your boss's boss. Like, that's gonna be that way.
So that's my thing. I think Jay-Z is gonna have the ability to do what Ice Cube maybe wishes he or thought he was going to do. So that's outside of all of that. But in regards to music,
I want to get to this topic right here that I have.
In regards to music, I don't give a shit about the Drake album or the 3-pack. I don't care. I heard he got flambéed on his own song with Lil Baby.
I think I for sure agree with you on that take right there with
listen,
Baby track. Hold on one second. Oh, the Drake and Lil Baby track, you know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all just already. Y'all muting me already because you already know.
Bro. You already know where I stand, bro. I don't give a fuck about that Drake 3-pack.
Let me finish this though, real quick, because like I'm gonna let A.A. get his shit off. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I think that Lil Baby, like, yo, he's just different. Like, out of all these new guys who really use the auto tune and everything like that, like Lil Baby, like he's not like just an auto tune. Like he raps, like that boy be rapping.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard his verse on that track, and it's not even just that track, I was surprised. I was surprised.
Listen, you gotta the man wrote the beat like when I got perfection. That's fine. But he wrote that beat to perfection. That was amazing. Y'all have to understand. You understand what this means of him throwing out this little 3-pack EP?
What does it mean?
No.
These are throwaways, bro.
Yeah, of course.
Throwaway music.
But
so if it's this good, I mean, I know y'all are not gonna agree, but I'm talking to the people that enjoy his music. It's fine. Listen, not everybody can like
hold on. Go ahead, OE. Go ahead.
No, not everybody can like Kid Cudi either, and Man on the Moon 4, whenever that drops.
Hey, you watch your mouth.
Okay. You know what I mean? It's fine. Hold on, Double A. Let me tell you something. Last night, right? I was on the phone with O, right? And I was actually in the house. And I was in a house with my girlfriend and her older son and his friends. You know what I'm saying? They was over there, sitting there playing video games and everything, right? So I think it was about three more gentlemen besides her son and then a young lady, right? So now, boom, we sitting there and we sitting there and we debating, me and O, back and forth about Drake and everything. So then I just so happened to be in the house with these younger generation kids, right? So I go to them, I say, yo, boom, what you think about this? So little homie, like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I mean, I like Drake, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like Drake. He's like, I said, I asked him, I said, do you consider him a top rapper or a top artist? He was like, he could be a top artist, but he's not like in my top 10 or anything like that. He's like, but he's not a top rapper either. I went around the room, right? Now, Double A. Now, one of these young gen, one of them did say he was a Drake fan. And he did believe that Drake was a top rapper and artist, you know what I'm saying? but only one out of all of them, you know what I'm saying? And this is all generation from like 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? And around that age, you know what I'm saying? Like early, late teens, pre-20s, you know what I'm saying? Like early 20s, whatever.
So Gen Z.
So now my thing is like, you gotta understand now.
I'm gonna let you finish. By the way,
but what a lot of people say is that the old heads, they don't like Drake because this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying is that it's not just the old heads who's tired of that dude. This younger generation can't really stand him either.
Yeah, I think everybody's burnt out. But what did you rebuttal after this?
Okay. So it was a weird conversation because as soon as I started asking the hard questions, all of a sudden somebody's phone died and we never got back to it.
Wow.
But that's beside the point.
No, listen now.
No, you had the floor, sir. You had the floor. Let me explain this. So he's having me talk to a 14-year-old that shouldn't be listening to Drake anyway.
Drake is not a 14-year-old demographic.
No, he's not.
God's Plan, all of that wasn't like, isn't like,
you know who's a Little Pump.
Generation also?
He's listening to Little Pump, Little Zed, Little Red, things of that nature. So you can't.
You bugging, bro.
You cannot bring them into this conversation. I would have to have her at least be 19 and up for me to validate that even that question.
The girl's opinion is the only one that mattered.
That was invalidated. Homie, I never really got to talk to Homie because all of a sudden we had technical difficulties. But I never got to ask him the hard question.
Damn. Android phone died on him.
The phone died after I left.
Man. You ain't put a new battery back in the back of the Android?
I charged
you hear this?
bro.
You hear this Android slander?
5 minutes and I hit him back. I
you
was
hear this
drunk
Android
last night,
slander,
bro. We was playing video games.
It's all right. I'm gonna see double A later. I'm gonna see double A later.
Like I said, bro, I was feeling nice, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize my phone was dying on me. And so when it happened, so then I called, like I charged it and I plugged, you know what I'm saying? And I hit him right back ASAP. I was like, yo, my bad, bro. Like my shit died on me. I didn't say I was going to sleep or nothing. He was like, all right, no worry. We can chop it up tomorrow. I said, all right, best.
No, because by the time it was already over.
If you really felt like that way, you could
a lot of people dislike Drake the same way that a lot of people dislike Jay. A lot of people dislike it. When you're at the top, there's no choice but for everybody to wish on your downfall. It doesn't matter. Everybody's burnt out. It's fine. The man's been running the game for over what?
But is he really on top? I mean, when he drops, he's on top. But like, is he really the top?
He is on top. I'm sorry. There's nobody else that commands that type of attention.
I can agree
whether
with you.
Good or bad or indifferent.
He probably is on top as a top selling hip hop artist. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, he's not probably. He is. He is.
Is he really though? Does he deserve that crown? That's what I'm asking you. Does
he
he really
earned
deserve
it?
That?
He earned that crown. You know why? Because of a consistent 12 years of whether you like him or you hate him, you're gonna hear his music playing in as you walk to the store. In Double A's case, when he's listening to streams, when he's making some streams, or whatever he's doing outside of his world, he's gonna hear somebody. Doesn't matter. It may be one person. He's gonna hear something from Drake. He's gonna see something in the news from Drake, and as soon as you get to the top, what does everybody? Oh, this motherfucker's on the top for too long. He's been doing this for so long. Oh, he's getting corny now. People like the story.
No.
Wait. Let me finish. People like the story of the come up. But once you get there, the story of the downfall is what dominates everything else.
Well,
you got up there. We love it that you got up there. But now we got to see you fall. Because nobody can be on top forever. Not even Jay-Z. As I'm sitting here, you know, I might get jumped in a minute for saying that. Y'all might see it on camera.
No, it's just I think certain people know how to bow out gracefully. Yeah, I know you on the block, so you can't say nothing crazy about Jay-Z.
I can't say too much.
For me, bro, I just think that like he was an industry plant. So maybe I don't. And I think this he was already on like Canadian 90210 or whatever Degrassi was, and then after coming from that realm, then he had to grow, like, because he wasn't a polished.
By no means am I saying that this man is a great rapper.
No.
Means.
I'm just saying.
And I'm looking at you, Chris, when I say this.
I'm saying this from
am I saying that this man is a top 10 rapper of all time, lyricist of all time. But as an entertainer, he is number 1 right now.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
And who right now is like jumping? Like, I think Travis might be number 1, bro.
No.
If we're going in regards to an entertainer, like, I know that
Travis cooled off for
Travis goes on a way better show, bro. He would be the highest.
If we're talking about full entertainment, last time I checked, I ain't seen Drake inside of what was that, Fortnite, having his own virtual concert.
Yeah, you see that shit? Did you see that shit, bro?
Nah,
but the difference is, look at the demographic he's marketing to.
So if we're
look at the demographic he's marketing to, Drake doesn't have the demographic for that.
Drake wasn't even number 1 when Travis was coming out. When Travis came out with Astroworld, Astroworld was everywhere, bro. Astroworld was absolutely everywhere. Astroworld was so big that Fortnite, the largest mobile game, said, you know what? You want to throw a virtual concert? This was pre-pandemic, and it broke the platform.
Game, but that's the largest.
It broke the platform, my guy.
There's a difference Drake between you want to do that
at that level. It don't matter.
Because if they would have asked, he would have done it 1,000%.
Yeah, 1,000%, bro. Who the fuck is gonna turn that down, my guy?
The vitriol is alive, ladies and gentlemen.
You just said some wild shit. If your man say some wild shit, then guess what you're gonna do? You have to auto-correct your man for saying some wild shit. So no, Drake has not been number 1 for like the last 3 years.
We are in a pandemic. If we weren't in a pandemic, this man would be doing a whole
especially like last year. Like last year was Little Baby's year, so Drake was definitely not the number 1 artist last year.
We have Google. We can Google this. You do know that.
Google it, bro.
A don't want to do
what
this.
Are we Google?
Okay, all right. We are moving.
Nah, you get.
I'm gonna rein this back in.
Yo, he getting dragged down the block.
Hold on.
We started with the Drake 3-pack. Let's think about the Drake 3-pack. Y'all say it was trash.
All right. I didn't say
Double A doesn't care.
I just said I didn't give a fuck about it.
Double A doesn't care because he's in Kid Cudi world. He's still on Man on the Moon 3 right now.
Well, I listened to Denzel Curry like all this whole weekend. Like, I listened to Denzel Curry's.
That shit was hard. That
was crazy.
I'm waiting on this Silk Sonic album, but that's beside the point.
Whose Subsonic album?
Silk Sonic.
Oh,
they're putting out an EP.
Hold on. Time out, bro. You keep trying to skip across this ass whooping you get and drug up and down the block.
It's not an ass whooping when...
Bro, you getting drugged down the block, ass whooping when you are getting drugged down Marcy Projects right now.
I can't change your mind.
Nigga. You said the most wild shit where you said that Drake has been number 1 for like the better part of a decade. I literally just told you, literally just told you the last 3 years he hasn't even been at that run.
So you telling me that he did not have an undeniable run?
Yeah, he had
in these last 20 years.
Now you're moving the goalposts. Now you're moving the goalposts.
Okay.
Now you're moving the goalposts.
Okay, but 20 years, because 20 years he wasn't even out, homie. All right, so the last.
No, I'm saying in the span of who has had a bigger impact in this industry.
Maybe the post 2000s.
What I'm saying, listen, since Take Care all the way down to
who has had a bigger impact. You would say that, all right, cool. So I guess we would even go crazy ass Kanye. Kanye would have a bigger impact than Drake.
I agree.
Bro, like Kanye is talking about, bro. If
Kanye came out in a different space.
Kanye
came out in a different space.
If we're talking
put him in that same category.
No, listen.
No.
Kanye was already past his...
Drake is a rapper and he's a crooner, right?
All right, time out.
You talking about artists like Kanye.
Are we talking about artists? Are we talking about
what
artists?
I'm saying is you guys are bringing Kanye West into this when he's not even in the same lane as Drake at the moment. Like, he's not.
At the moment,
he's not.
Right, you got.
You're right. You're right.
We can't even bring him into this conversation. Drake,
because
okay,
of his
Drake
project.
Okay, little baby.
But wait, hold on. The 5 albums that dropped that year, in the same 5-week span of all the good music album, right? I say it was about, in my opinion, it was 4 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people didn't really like it. But at least we got Daytona and we
Give
had.
Give me 1 second, gentlemen.
We got Daytona.
I'm listening. Can I continue?
Tiana Taylor. Sorry. Oh my God. We got Tiana Taylor's album from that one. So now, how do you not feel that Kanye, like, he's still on top with his production? He's still sought after to get a beat before you would go to get Drake, I think, for a hook or something.
What?
Say that one more time.
This man has his own stimulus package. What are you talking about?
I think that Kanye is more sought after to go to get a beat from before you can go and you can get
at this moment. At this moment.
At this moment, no, but I'm saying, but you said during the span, 10 years. You said in the span of 10 years, because you
bro.
Each other's
I'm gonna just be honest with you. This man has what we call the Drake stimulus package. He took an unknown rapper. Who was that? What was his name? Block Boy JB.
Mm-hmm.
He took that and made him into a fucking superstar. Off one song. Did he not?
Did you?
I'm sorry, y'all. But then, I understand that the hate is real.
What did he do after that? I mean, you can't. Hang on. Time out. Just because, see, and this is why I hate Drake fans sometimes, because motherfuckers will be like, oh man, Drake jumped on his album or jumped on his song and then he made him a star. And then what happened after that? Like, if a dude sustains...
After that, you got to crawl on your own.
No, if a dude sustains star power because a person is able to see talent and then can snatch it and then go, hey, I'm going to give you this stimulus package, and then you're going to become great on your own, that makes even more sense, because you would have somebody that can find the next new talent or the next new person. Like, listen, if you have somebody
hop on your song and make it hotter, that's all he did. That's all he had to do.
But that don't. There's a bunch of people in the industry that can do that right now, just because of where they are in the industry. Hove can do that right now. Retire.
He's not going to do that.
Hove can do that right now if he jumped on somebody's song just because he's Hove. Now, whether or not that person is able to walk on his own 2 feet afterwards is dependent upon how good that person is. So it doesn't matter if it's Drake or Jay-Z or somebody that's at a level, right? Or even like Travis or something like that.
Let's rein this conversation.
Nah, you sit here. I'm consistently dragging you right now.
You don't have to drag me, because your mind will never be changed.
Yeah, nah, fam. I'm just saying from the standpoint of someone
it's a one-sided fight. I just want to say this. It's his star power, one, is undeniable.
Yeah, we know he's got it.
His staying power is undeniable.
He's just there. He's gotten to a point where he's gotten able to a point where he can jump in whenever he wants. He doesn't have to
drop anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
He don't need to.
He can jump in wherever he wants.
So everybody in the industry would kill to have a song or a feature from him.
True.
Okay, then. Even your boy.
Hang on.
There's
everybody. Okay, other than Pusha T.
Hang on.
Everybody else.
You got more than just Pusha T.
I'll take a Pusha T verse if I was an artist.
I understand that. But at the same time,
but that's just me. If I was,
you're gonna get millions and millions and millions and millions of eyes on you.
Yeah, that's great.
You wouldn't take that.
Yeah.
And then whatever you do with your career after that is on your own.
Fam, but what I'm saying is that Drake.
But we got to get back to this Drake 3-pack, because we still got a lot of topics.
Hang on. You're right. So what I'm saying is so that people understand that last point that you made in regards to people getting, like, if Drake got on their song, that asterisk, there's an asterisk by it because there are other people in the industry currently, whether
that would
or
get
not
you the same views.
Possibly.
The same
hold
exposure.
on, let him finish.
No,
I don't. I'm just asking,
bro. It's depending upon what can that do for your career. So does that mean that views get you
put millions of
or
eyes
plays or eyes or whatever? There could be a bunch of people that could jump on it in the industry that have a solid career that could give you enough sustainability, or could probably pay you.
All right, let's run by some examples with the same star power, same number of eyes that can be put on you.
Give me another example. That's in the game right now. Probably Travis.
Rick Ross.
No.
I'm sorry.
Ross doesn't give an artist a star power?
No, he won't give. No, he will not. Listen, there's a difference.
No,
the Drake star power difference.
I think there's a difference between
Drake and Ross.
You asked if there's an artist that can give you star power if you jumped on the track.
If you're a nobody on the block,
my nigga.
Wait. If you're nobody on the block, you have a hot song, just like Block Boy JB did.
That's why I said
you're
Travis.
Nobody.
That's why I said Travis.
If Ross did the video and everything for that man, yes, that man would possibly get a pop.
Well,
I don't think so.
That's the reason why I said if we're talking relevancy, because that also is something that comes into play here. Travis right now could jump on somebody's track and then
I won't disagree with that one. I think he's on a little bit of a lower level than Drake as far as that star power and those eyes.
You know what? I feel like that's the difference in that one too, because Travis Scott, not only is he going to jump on the track, but he's going to do the production too.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is the song is already done.
No,
the song is already done.
No,
all he's doing is putting on a verse on it.
That though. He's gonna jump into the studio.
So that's why you can't use Travis.
Why not?
You can't use Travis.
Why not?
Because I'm giving you the scenario of Block Boy JB had the song already done.
Right.
He had
somebody could
jump.
Okay. He had 2 16s already just set aside for whoever he wanted to put on there. Drake heard it. He put his 16 on it. He even did the video for him. That's it.
Well, I think if you're
saying about constructing a song, then that's a different lane.
No, I think if
Travis, if he was to jump on somebody's shit and they was to send it to him, he will 1000% try to tweak it into his own style.
That's not the scenario that I'm painting here.
What if it's built? Hang on. What if the song is already built for Travis to get onto it?
That's fine.
See, that's my scenario.
So my scenario is if the song is done and all you got to do is get Drake insert Drake. I don't think you can insert someone else.
He's not gonna just jump on anybody's shit. You feel me, my nigga? Like you gotta have some. Like you want me on your shit? This is what we gonna do. You feel
Everybody's
me?
different. We can agree to disagree. We can agree that everybody's
magnitude though, bro. Because at the end of the day. If you just an artist that anybody could just call up like, yo, I got this for you, my nigga, listen to it, bum, 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 bum. And you're like, you know what? I got you, my G, boom. Just jump on it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean,
but
you could
Drake's
also.
not one of those.
As opposed to a nigga telling you, like,
Drake's not one of those that you could just call up, yo, I got this package for you.
I heard this shit, my nigga. It's all right, but listen, this is what you got to do, da-da-da-da. And in order for me to get on your shit, you like, you know what,
homie, we are getting too deep into this.
Man, he getting jumped right now. This is
no, it's fine. Listen, y'all are not gonna see my point of view, and it's fine. And
it's all right, bro. I think I was just saying more so like Drake has had longevity. I think Travis
and he's still
Travis doesn't have that longevity that Drake has worked for and been able to sustain and been able to attain, like to get to the level number one, and then just have the sustainability. They don't call
that man the underdrinker.
That's why I'm saying I can never deny Drake as an artist, like being a top-selling artist and everything. Like I can't deny that. But do I fuck with Drake and all that? Like super heavy? Sometimes yes, and sometimes
neither
no.
do I. My whole thing is,
and that's the thing about this. Going back to the 3-pack is that Just
I didn't
these
rush
three
to
songs is just something that I just didn't.
I didn't
really
either.
wanna
It
hear
just
from
popped
Drake.
up on my
That's what it was.
Spotify, which I still have, and I listened to it.
And like you said,
for
they were
what they are.
throwaways.
They're
They were
throwaways.
throwaways.
It's just
If
something
they're
I wasn't ready.
throwaways and a lot of people like them, just imagine what the album's gonna be.
Which I do
I'm not
agree.
waiting for it.
Listen. Oh, you ain't ask a lot of people. You asked me and you asked Shogun, all right? You don't
Yeah,
give a
that's
fuck
true.
about what everybody else
Oh
got.
no, we know.
We already.
Listen,
Yo,
we already
and
know that you're a Nas head and he's a Cuddy head, and
King's Disease
y'all are just gonna be
out
what
now,
it
you know what I'm
is.
saying? King's
It's fine.
Disease out now. Cop that out.
It's
We already
alright.
know.
And I just everybody
the
tells me I
Grammys.
look like
Alright.
Cuddy, so whatever. But you know what I'm saying? I'm
and
just
also,
here.
you know, he didn't. I don't think Chris supported that Nasir album anyway, but it's okay.
What you mean I ain't support the Nasir album? Bro, not
So
only
let's
do I have
continue.
this,
Let's
bro,
continue.
not only do I have the CD, but I have merch. Like,
all right,
Let's
so
continue.
other music that
Let's
dropped because
continue.
we did go down the rabbit hole of like, you know, stomping this dude out like we in an anime fight. So
I didn't get stomped out. I'm still shooting,
we just hit him with
baby.
the dope. Yo, we just hit him with the dopey minutes.
I'm still sitting on the block shooting, baby. Y'all see me? Y'all see me on the block shooting? Yeah, I'm still on the block.
Oh man, so on Hypebeast,
I love this place.
on Hypebeast,
just to let y'all know, this is one of the greatest things ever. I love it.
Hypebeast dropped a bunch of stuff. So we know that Scary Hours 2 with Drake came out. That's what we literally just spent like the last 45 minutes to an hour arguing about. Tyler the Creator, which I haven't heard this yet. I'm gonna try and give it a listen. Dropped a single, it looks like, called Tell Me How. There's a bunch of different artists that I'm not familiar with. Well, I know
I'm gonna can I quote Chris real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
That whole list is trash.
Yeah, the list that we saw in our Facebook group, which is crazy because, you know, he immediately said it was Buns, but like the artwork that we saw that came up with all the different artists and all the different tracks that were released, it was actually for the Denzel Curry album. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I like
which I did listen to.
Yeah, dude, that's had the most replay value for me.
I think out of the whole weekend, the Denzel Curry was out of the whole entire list too. The Denzel Curry was a success for me, and also the Anderson .Paak and Bruno. But we'll get into that in a minute because
we can get into that right now.
Hold on, because you know what made the Denzel stick out to me first was like, I'm not a huge fan of his, but I do fuck with some of his music. You feel me? But it was some of the features that he had. So automatically, when I seen the feature with Joey Badass, that shit just smacked me. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta hear this.
Joey's great. I'm a Joey fan.
Yeah, actually, probably I would say the one with him and Benny was super dope. And then there, you know, like he had
another one too. Yeah, he had Benny.
Yeah,
Griselda. Anything Griselda touches at the moment is gold right now. So
that's not true.
This is
that's a different topic. Now again, Griselda touches is gold, but that's not true. So
you can't even go back to New York, huh?
Oh no,
he's stuck in Colorado. I don't know what he's talking about. The New York congregation does not endorse this message.
No, so the track with hang on, let me see if I can find it. The track with
the Buffalo niggas gonna create some chaos on you.
Yeah, bro, you out here wilding right now. He did one with Method Man.
I'm gonna defend you though. That's my people.
He did one with Method Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good. I liked it.
I actually do like the fact too that he had a track in there called "Take It Back V2." That I couldn't tell because I don't know if I think originally I listened straight through and then somehow it went to like a shuffle mode. But this track, "Take It Back V2," has like multiple remixes to it. And I like kept hearing it. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Is this like in all of the songs? So it made it seem like the bars that he had actually were in multiple multiple songs on this little EP. Because it's only 8 tracks that he dropped.
Yeah.
But
was it 8?
Yeah, it was 8, and it's only 22 minutes long. So it's a quick listen. It's not even half an hour. You know, I think it was probably the dopest. like you said, the Cosmic.M4A with Joey Badass was super dope. Take It Back with Charlie Heat. There's a Charlie Heat version, and then there's a God Mode 950 version. So that's the one that I was talking about, but that's super dope because like the reason why I like Denzel Curry is to me, he reminds me of like what most fans who like Tech Nine, like in that style or frame, but like he seems like more of a commercial version of Tech Nine, whereas Tech Nine is like a completely independent artist, right? Like
one thing about it, Tech Nine, he's good to me. I don't listen to too much Tech Nine, but what I've listened to is good.
Right.
Denzel, he's another one. The things that I have heard are good. I'm not necessarily a person that runs to that.
And that's where I was saying it's like an acquired taste for some. So It's like if you like Denzel Curry, like you like Denzel Curry. Same thing with like Tech Nine. It's not on everybody's rap
radar.
Or radar, so to speak. So even if he does drop or Tech Nine does drop, like nobody across the culture, like not everybody across the culture is going to look for it, right? So it's going to be like a couple people that are going to look for it. So, but I really like that EP. So that was super dope. But that's what I've been listening to.
The rest of that list, I have no idea, and I didn't really look into that whole list because my people tell me the list is trash.
I was just like I said, I was stuck on just the Denzel and like I said, and the Silk Sonic. That shit. Now the Silk Sonic, how do y'all feel about that? That sound coming back, you know what I'm saying? Which is something that
I think it's fucking amazing.
Because Bruno has tempered with the sound in the past, and so has Anderson .Paak, you know what I'm saying? So like just remember the Make It Better song with him and Smokey, you know what I'm saying? Like Bruno, Anderson .Paak, they do.
We don't need an EP. We need a whole album.
No, but
a whole album.
There's an album coming. No, that was.
I'm thinking it's just an EP.
Single. This is they said album.
I read EP
because I'm already sold that they had for the single right here. Even if it was an EP, this is now no longer EP because I woke up in the morning, that shit was already trending number 2 in the world. I was like, oh damn.
Right? Yeah. No,
that shit was amazing.
And to be honest, like I don't see because it's super weird. Like there were a lot of people that were trying to like go after Bruno for what the fuck was it? Where they were saying it was like cultural appropriation. And Bruno's always been a fan of like funk and that style, even though we know like he comes from Hawaii. So, shout out to all of the different nations in Polynesia or the Polynesian culture. I took a trip to Hawaii.
Shout out to the whole world, especially everybody listening to us. You know what I'm saying?
Like all cultures, man.
Shout out to Hawaii, but just please be careful out there around 9:30 at night.
Listen, I don't know nothing about that, but like you said, we said shout out to everybody.
Bro, listen, you gotta let me get my shit off, bro.
Bro, this is why you be on the block wilding, bro.
I remember when Bruno was.
I'm sorry, I went to Hawaii and the shit was crazy after 9:30. I don't know what to think.
Really?
What you want me to say?
Where did you go, bro?
I was on Oahu. I was on the Big Island. I'm looking. I'm like,
I was on.
They said after 9:30, just check around. Don't look too hard.
Hey, I mean, I was kicking it on the beach.
They was on some sundown, suntown shit.
No, they was on some goddamn. You look like a very nice woman. Thank you, sir. I'm like, okay, yeah, see, now I gotta go to the hotel.
Oh man. I just went out to Honolulu and just kicked it out there. But like Bruno's always been in and around the culture. I think he always gets an invite to the barbecue because he's always gonna put on a slap like
bro,
that.
He was at the barbecue. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and even the Hawaiian barbecues are what are those?
Lit.
The luau's, that's just a barbecue for real.
Like I said, bro, at the end of the day, Bruno, the hate he was getting was just, in my opinion, it was just unjustified and was just like, it was just wrong in my opinion. Cause now he does he show like he's always had that sound, but he always pay respect and homage to it, you know what I'm saying, the in that culture, you know what I'm saying? Like he never took not says, you know, oh, shout out to this legend and shout out to that legend because they did this and they did that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like Bruno was like the sampling god, like Kanye was the sampling god for everything.
I think Bruno dabbles in multiple, like I could see a lot of old artists in him. So I could see like Morris Day in the Times, right? I could see like where he's a real good front man. He can sing his ass off. He can entertain.
Listen,
you got
that whole that
homie
song
can play.
was fucking amazing.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah, homie can play like Prince. He can do like the Prince. He's got like some characteristics of like James Brown. So like that's why for me, I like Bruno. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not even really pop. Like, even though we know that he has a lot of culture to him, right? Like different cultures to him. So it's like he's acceptable by everybody because he's got like a style that like it's so adaptive. So he gives off that vibe of so many different greats before us that he can do this shit right now.
Exactly. Thank you. And you say hit it right on the point because the thing about that is like when you got so many greats before you who did this sound and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? And now that sound is completely like disappeared to a point, you know what I'm saying? Especially in this day and age, like a lot of them. But when you got somebody who's young and who could bring back that funky sound, you know what I'm saying? And then not just show you like, oh, I got it's because it's cool. Like you know his background and everything. He has his own personal band. Like he comes from that background, like jazz and funk and all that extra shit. You know what I mean? Like
right.
Bruno, that's why I said I can never put Bruno in a pop star category. Like he makes pop music. I'm not saying that, but I don't think he's like just a straight pop star. Like only just that's his because like you say, he touches R&B, he touches funk, he touches you know what I'm saying like
soul, like everything.
Everything, you know what I mean? Like all of that, like he hits everything and he does it well. Like he does it really well. And I think with Anderson .Paak being infused in this,
oh dude,
I think because Anderson .Paak is so young, like not young because I don't know about you, but I've been listening to Anderson for a few years now. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe say like maybe 6-7 years, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Of Anderson, like a lot of his underground shit. But a lot of the audience that he has now are all new people, you know what I'm saying? So now when you got a mega star like Bruno saying, yo, this nigga's nice enough in order for me to say, yo, homie, listen. Like whoever it came to, whoever, you know what I'm saying, whether it be Anderson, like, yo, Bruno, I dig your style, let's make something together, you know what I'm saying? He like, yo, I fuck with you too, Anderson, what's up?
Man,
you know what I mean?
listen.
Or whether it was the other way around, they recognize the talent, and I think this is going to give Anderson a bigger platform than he's ever had.
I hope so because I think to piggyback on that, and I know you want to jump in here too. Is I feel
you
like
guys are cooking. I'm gonna let the chefs cook.
Yeah, man, you just got a big gulp from the bodega and shit. Somebody just ran you a bodega big gulp.
Oh nah, listen, you can't even see it. You don't even know what this is.
Yeah, who's that from Poppy? Poppy sent
that? I can't even show you.
Yeah, Poppy sent you a drink over there. Yeah.
Look, I can't even show you.
Look.
It ain't even gonna show. That's some of that unknown shit right there.
Yeah. But no, like I would like to see that for Anderson because I think he was on who he got signed to by Dr. Dre signed him, and we didn't hear much from him when he and obviously you have to have enough talent to even get signed to someone like Dre. So, and I think it's the same thing with like how Kendrick took him a little bit to get to that realm to where he's like now Kendrick, right? So I think maybe we might see that with Anderson to where it's like we know that Anderson, like he's probably been in the spot. Yeah.
Anderson's no longer on Aftermath.
Okay.
The last album that he was obligated for was Oxford, which to me was a great album. A lot of people knocked it. It was a great album.
You know what it was too, bro? And like you were saying too, AA, I feel that when you get signed by an artist, you know what I'm saying, and you gotta be somewhere in order for that artist to be able to say, oh, this kid is nice, this kid is nice. Like, because they're all kids compared to Dre, you know what I mean? Kendrick, him, Crooked Eye, like a lot of them go back. You know, say if you really go back, but then when after you get that recognition from that producer and you get signed by that producer and everything like that, if you don't sustain that level of hungerness, you may fall. Because after Kendrick, you know, because Kendrick, people know he got signed. I don't know if he still is with Aftermath. I don't think he is. But whether or not Kendrick, you don't hear Kendrick relying on Dre, you know what I'm saying, for him to, no, Dre don't give me the beat, I'm not gonna drop none.
Kendrick is with what did he create a label
right?
with TDE? So
that's it, right?
Is TDE underneath
No.
Okay.
TDE is not affiliated with Aftermath at all.
Got it.
They're not Interscope either?
No, I don't think they're Interscope. I think they have a distribution deal with Interscope, but as far as being under their umbrella,
that's what I mean. Like they're under that umbrella, but not other than that. Like,
gotcha.
But yes, you know, and even down to Anderson .Paak, like how like we both we all agreed that he's dropped some really good projects in the last 4, 5, 6 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and going back probably even further.
Right.
But point being made is that, you know, when you get to a guy like Bruno, you know what I'm saying, and not saying that he needs Bruno, but I'm just saying this platform for him is going to be amazing, I think, you know. And plus, I know the music is going to be fucking fire.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, like, my biggest thing and takeaway from this Silk Sonic, which is, you know, the collaborative of Bruno. For anybody that doesn't know, it's a collaborative with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. And then the band that plays on the NPR Tiny Desk. So I look forward to seeing them. If I know that live show is going to be crazy. And
when we can have live shows, that's going to be immediately sold out.
That's going to be wild. Even if they do if they do a virtual show, if they do a virtual show and then they do, like, you're going to see them perform at every awards show for like the next 2 to 3 years. If they're dropping, like, if they drop that, leave the door open, you already know if they drop that, then they're about to drop you know, an album, and that album's going to be, you know, just immediately, don't need to skip back to front.
That is a 70s sound that a lot of our parents love.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's going to be insane for them to be able to hear that on the radio and be like, "Oh my God, this sounds like my childhood. This sounds like what I was listening to."
You know what though? I'm gonna piggyback off of O real quick and on some when he jumped out the window last week. I was saying like Bobby Summer and everything like that. You know, I think honestly, if this album comes out before the summer or the right time,
if it comes out the right time,
this is going to be the album of the summer.
I don't disagree.
Because that
and
is
in that space,
vibes.
Yes, but I still stand by my
vibes, bro.
I still stand by my Bobby take. Of course, you know, I'm gonna style my hill. But in that space right there, they're gonna run all of the barbecue.
All right, bro. I'm gonna argue against your whole point with your own point, right? So if it's supposedly going to be Bobby Summer, which I do agree that Anderson .Paak
in the rap space.
Yeah.
We're talking about two different spaces, so it's not an argument.
Yeah, no, hang on.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna get there. So Silk Sonic, I think, is probably gonna have a big summer because of the different realms that they touch, and there's going to be more people that are going to want to flock to that. So in regards to like the rap space, if we're talking about rap and we're talking about Bobby's going to have big summer, I disagree with you only on the sheer fact of your argument that really was kind of kicking off our whole stuff. If Drake drops this summer and he drops in the same space that Bobby does, Drake has a bigger summer than Bobby.
But
Drake and Drake. Wait, all right. Let me get to.
Go ahead. Get him first, bro. Get him first.
Drake and Bobby are two different tiers. You're talking about two different levels.
That's what I'm saying, because the Drake album that's getting ready to come out.
Drake is like the big. Listen, Drake is like the big overcloud. Like you've seen in animes where they drop the big ass shield over the whole entire.
Yeah. All right, we're talking Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They drop the entire shield over the entire property and everything. That's Drake. he engulfs everything. But as far as Bobby is going to be New York, East Coast. You might hear it some West. You might hear it some places in the West, but he's not going to be at national attention. He's going to be in the New York scene.
He has that power to be national attention.
Not yet. Oh, not yet. But he will.
But you know what? I think to be fair about Drake, I think if you want to, because like I said, the album that we're anticipating for him to come out is the Certified Lover Boy, right? So I think if you want to put,
I got some piece of information though that might change that.
Hold on 1 second, bro, because if you really want to put that album against anything, just giving off the title, and hopefully it probably will be like an R&B vibe type of shit, then you will have to compare that album to the Silk Sonic's album, because it will be in the same realm of being R&B, and plus, you know, Anderson Anderson can rap, and you know, he may come with some funky shit on it too, like that. You feel me? And you don't know the features on it. You know what I'm saying? I think that
Certified Lover Boy is just he's just making a play on words, but it's gonna have a little bit of R&B in it. But as you can see from the throwaways, there's gonna be a lot of rap in that.
Man, I hope he does rap.
Maybe the throwaways is just because he want to get rid of the rap shit. Because he does
rap.
No, but that Lemon Pepper freestyle, which was one of the best freestyles I've heard this year. It's funny because we're only in March.
What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying, man. He be talking so crazy, and it's
listen, that was a layup for y'all.
Yeah,
I left y'all as a layup.
No, we be blocking that shit. You try to go for a layup, and then the Chief just blocked the shit like LeBron.
Because I have heard rumors. No. Listen, I'm not even listening to y'all right now. Let me get to my point.
Okay.
I've heard rumors that Drake and Ross are officially making an album, or at least a tape, before CLB drops.
Wait, you're saying a joint album?
Yes. That. Now.
No. You heard this from a credible person?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right.
We're not gonna ask who it is, because we don't give up sources, bro.
No, not at all.
We ain't like little Nike boy.
Well, to be honest with you,
we ain't doing that.
It's credible information, and it's out on the internet for everybody to hear. But I did hear from somebody.
I didn't see that piece, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, but because it's out on the internet, we got to also find out where the original source came from.
We will. That's all fair.
Yeah, so that I do agree with. There was a lot of music that came out. I think our takeaways are probably Silk Sonic probably dropped the best like song.
I can agree that. I can agree with that.
This weekend that we like, nobody's gonna like, everybody was jamming to that. The timeline was crazy. The people in the Facebook group was crazy. I know the Discord was jumping because everybody was getting super spicy. It was mad Latino heat out in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh, Reddit was going crazy too. So yes, I would say that Silk Sonic dropped the best song of going into this past week. I think on me personally, just from my small sample size out of who I listen to, Denzel Curry takes top spot for either top album or top EP. OE, who do you say? Did you listen to a lot of music this weekend?
I listened to the Denzel Curry, I listened to the Silk Sonic, and I listened to the Drake 3-pack. And the best off that 3-pack to me was Lemon Pepper. That was amazing.
But
that Lemon Pepper freestyle.
What was your best drop?
The best drop was Silk Sonic, of course. That's what I'm.
Okay, so Lemon Pepper. You think the Lemon Pepper was the best song off of it?
Yep.
I think because at the end Drake was doing a lot of rapping.
Yeah.
No, I just think the production on it was amazing.
I think I like the Lil Baby's verse.
I like Lil Baby's song.
The production value on that thing.
I think I like Lil Baby's verse harder than the whole entire Drake's. Like
that freestyle made me go look for the sample from the freestyle, and the sample was incredible because it was on some other R&B shit that I wouldn't even thought that they would even listen to. I even posted it on the Discord. Like the sample was fire, and then for them to pick that and interpolate it the way they did, and then Ross came in and crushed the building. He did that, and then Drake can rap. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
it hurts a lot of everybody's heart, most of the people's hearts, but he can rap. I know
he's all right.
Listen.
Hold on. So listen, we're gonna wrap up that whole music segment. You know
of course, yes. But we do have to move into the verses. We do have to move into these verses.
This is like one of those. See, it's like even worse than the Drake thing, right? If we're talking about the Drake feedback, we're talking about. Which verses are we talking about?
Because we're talking about this crazy shit that I just saw.
Hold on.
Because there's one that's confirmed.
Today we did get a new one announced, which is supposed to be Pastor Troy versus.
Who the fuck asked for that?
Listen, but before that coming up.
Yo, Chris, do you remember my answer to that?
Who the fuck asked for that?
Who asked for that?
Who asked for that? No,
the dirty sock motherfuckers.
That's
who asked for that shit.
It is like the
I didn't ask for that.
This is the super washed niggas that that got yams one time, bro.
Motherfuckers had the nerve to tell me.
The man,
I think the songs are completely dated for both.
Yo, that is the First off, Trick Daddy looked super wild, and he need to get his life together. That's what he looks like to me personally. I'm not saying Pastor Troy. I'm not saying Pastor Troy is in that boat.
Pastor Troy looks like somebody's uncle that just didn't make it.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying. It's
an uncle's battle. That's what it is. It's a drunk uncle's battle.
Yo, no, I don't even think that's Pastor Troy though.
Church on Sunday with the Pimp King battle. You heard?
Man, this washed ass nigga shit. This is the motherfuckers.
This is the fish fry. This is the fish fry.
This is the most niggas that peaked in high school. It's the most niggas that peaked in high school ass battle. This shit.
I don't understand it. Like nobody asked for this. I don't even think Verzuz asked them for it. They just
why
came
the
up for
fuck
Verzuz
did they even
and they
put
said,
it up?
Man, we need a Verzuz.
Listen. The thing is though, like, all right, let's stop shitting on the South real quick for them niggas all come right up and shoot us.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, all right. I didn't say anything bad. I got family in Atlanta.
I feel like this battle is like, as opposed to a lot of the other ones that came up that was kind of dated, like, you had to be from that generation. This one is super dated and regional for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like nobody.
I just think like it was like nobody would. I don't think because even though I do my own playlist battle. You know what I'm saying, in the group. You know what I'm saying, and I don't think at any point anybody would have ever said, "Yo, I want to represent Trick Daddy and I'm gonna throw my top 20 against whoever you throw your top 20 against." That would have never happened.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know 20 Trick songs.
No. They're probably like
and Pastor Troy, I don't even know 10. So this one is not for me.
I remember Pastor Troy, to me, even though We Ready is probably his best commercial hit. For me, the song that sticks out is Are We Cutting? That was on like the original Triple X album, Triple X the movie with Vin Diesel. So that was like, I think where he got his like money, right? I think that's where he got his money because he got paid on that Triple X deal because it was attached to the soundtrack. So
listen,
again, I only know two. I only know two songs. I don't see 20 out of these niggas.
Bro, this Verzuz is for everybody past the South Carolina line.
Man, it's for niggas in the country that used to sell nickel bags at the swap.
Nah, they gonna go crazy. They gonna go crazy in the South on that battle, man.
Yeah,
that's great.
even gonna hold you.
Catch the
I'm
highlights.
not gonna tune into that shit, my nigga.
I'll catch the highlights.
I probably would watch a little peep in.
Okay,
shit, but I'm not going to tune in.
So while we're trying not to shit on the South, and I understand that this is specifically more of like a regional thing, do you think that with the other verses that got
I like how you did that.
Hang on. Oh, you're about to fuck up the transition. Wait a minute.
Wait, let me say something real quick. Let me say something. They announced their own verses. So Verzuz didn't announce their verses. So that just lets you know. But let's go into the next verses that
okay, so the official all right, so we're clear. They announced this shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Nobody's watching that shit.
Nobody's watching that shit because they
except for like a couple niggas. Except for a couple people,
a couple motherfuckers with like with 340s and they backpack and smoking that shit.
40, my G. Like, yo, now you discriminating now, my nigga. Like, you ain't never had an OE?
No. Why do you think my name is OE?
Man, you look like an old English. You look like you should have one on the block right now.
So we disrespecting now, huh?
Bro, they ain't got.
We get with the shit now.
First off, you was out here drinking Poppy's Kool-Aid with
you can't see it.
You killed the shit out of that, right?
Now you can't see it.
Now I know you got, Mama Cita getting ready to bring you some old English on the block because you've been out on the block, hustling and shit, right?
Listen,
with the Latino,
I've been grinding so long,
man.
It's just you already know.
Yeah.
All right, but so back to the whole generation of regional thing.
So the regional announcement, which I thought originally that got brought up in our Facebook group, somebody said that Verzuz actually announced Ghostface Killer versus Raekwon the Chef.
This is not a versus.
Hold on. Everybody get a take. Go ahead, brother.
In my heart of hearts, this is near and dear to me because it's members of the Wu-Tang Clan. Obviously, we understand that the chief is in front of a Wu-Tang background that he created, which I think is amazing.
Which I did paint myself.
He did paint it. But I don't like it only on the strength that Ray and Ghost have been very synonymous with each other's careers individually, right? Not
even individually. Ray's first 2 albums.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like this is not a versus. I didn't like the fact that this is not a legitimate versus. This is more of a celebration.
Yeah.
And just say it as such and keep it as such. Yeah. Because I'm gonna be jamming the fuck out to that.
With this one coming up right here with these 2 artists, like you both you guys just said, you know what I'm saying? And going off for the last one that they just had with D'Angelo and Friends, you know what I'm saying? So now this is more like a concert, like a celebration, in my opinion, now, because like the same way how they did for D'Angelo, now you got these 2 artists who have music together and you're gonna so-called go against each other. How the fuck y'all go? Who going to get to play what song, or can they be canceled, or what's going on? Like, who could play Cream because they both been on Cream?
Well,
they're gonna both play Cream, and they're gonna both play Verbal Intercourse,
bro.
And they're gonna both play what the fuck, Incarcerated Scarfaces, and they're both gonna play.
They don't have to play, like, literally they can pick and choose from their own albums individually or collective Wu-Tang songs and just play like it is.
You think it's gonna be dope, huh?
I think it'll be dope.
But I just don't like the fact that you put it as a versus. It's not, right? It's not gonna be.
You know what? Wait, hold on, gentlemen. Something just hit me in my fucking head real quick. What if now they get to compare verses on each other's songs? Like, who had the better verse on the
That's
song?
Gonna be super meta, and I don't know if that's do that.
That's like,
that should be fine.
We're hip hop heads.
Yeah,
we're
that's at a realm that I don't even.
Everybody is a hip hop head like us. We can compare verses,
but
they're not gonna do that. They're gonna go for sound.
What they're gonna do? You don't know what they're gonna do. You don't know who's gonna be there. What Wu members gonna be there to perform with them? Because make this shit as a real Wu celebration.
Just make it a Wu-Tang Clan.
Let's go.
Verzuz presents the Wu.
Let's go. If it's just bro, they should literally just introduce all of Wu-Tang and then just do a Wu-Tang with Verzuz, but nobody's verses. It's just all hip hop, kung fu, RZA. Like, I wish that
you got to timestamp this segment right here.
Listen,
yeah.
But listen, trust and believe, because if they do that, I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yo, I'm fucking
they
tuned
put on
in.
Triumph.
What?
They put on
if
Triumph.
They put all the Wu members out there like
I'm fucking tuned
they put on
in.
Triumph. You're not gonna tell me that anybody else had a better verse,
bro,
than the greatest intro of all time.
Yeah, Inspector Deck.
By Inspector. That's it.
Inspector Deck, bro.
But they ain't gonna do that because it's Ghost versus Ray. But they're gonna have everybody bring it through like guests and shit like that.
Yeah, no, they got an intro.
I think they should just change it and just present the Wu.
It's gonna be one of the Wu brethren. You heard?
Yeah, I hope that they just introduce all, like, have or play or have something that allows for other members of Wu-Tang to be in attendance. I'm tuned in.
Think so?
Yeah, no, I'm saying I don't know that. I hope that happens.
Okay.
Like, just because of
but how do you feel? How do you feel that it won't?
No. I don't know. In the back of my mind,
I think that they're just gonna play 20 for 20 and just pick from. They're gonna pick some from Iron Man. I mean, from Purple Tape, and they're gonna branch out from there into fish scale and shit like that.
Quick question, though. Who do you have winning out of this battle now?
The Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, absolutely. This absolutely. I think everybody in Wu-Tang wins because the simple fact that
you can't ever ask me. See, don't ever ask a Wu enthusiast.
Yeah, Wu-Tang Clan wins.
Listen. So what you talking about? Because everybody has a favorite Wu member. You don't have a favorite Wu member?
Of course, but they're both in there. Both of my Wu members are there.
Your favorite two women members are Raekwon and Ghost?
I wasn't with the general trend of everybody liking Method Man or.
Me either, bro. He's not. No, let me not say that because I love Meth. Meth is fire.
Ghost and Ray right there.
Out of the favorites,
that's it. Ghost and Ray are my two.
Yeah, I was introduced to Method Man.
Even though, don't get me wrong, Liquid Swords was a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah,
I think Jizza has one of the best albums. But go ahead, Double A, what you were saying?
No, I was saying, like, I was introduced to Method Man, but it's like which I think a lot of people should really understand. Like, for me, it plays into my affinity with martial arts. Everyone has a particular style within Wu-Tang. So it's like having a different discipline in a particular style of martial arts. You know, you have some that have different flows. For me, I think ODB was like drunken kung fu or drunken boxing. So, you know, you have other elements of hip hop. I just think, like, characteristically, ODB has like the easiest one that you can pick out. Then when you try to attach other members of Wu-Tang to a particular discipline within kung fu or martial arts, it becomes a little bit more difficult. I do like Ghostface. Like, I had a phase where like different members were my favorite at different times in my life. Like in college, I just had everything Ghostface, like from Fish Scale to More Fish on vinyl to I think I had the single for Daytona 500 on vinyl too. So like Ghostface, I think, has grown into my favorite. But then there were times
I had Supreme Clientele on vinyl.
Yeah, so like I'm happy. I'm happy, but I'm also agitated because it's like, why the fuck would you want to put those two who've been collectively with each other's independent and solo albums? They just been rocking right.
They made two albums together, like
no, and I think because you know what I feel like also too, because I feel like they could have put those two together to go against two other people. Like if those
somebody said Nas and AC
because of their collective albums that they have together, you know what I'm saying, and plus their solo catalog, you know what I'm saying, and plus Wu songs that they have, they could have put them two together to go against two other people. In my opinion, that should have been Redman and Method Man.
No, I'm thinking of Capone and Noriega versus Mobb Deep. That would have been a good one.
Oh, we waiting for that, but I don't think that I don't think that Capone want. I mean, and Nori want to sit in front of have it.
Why not? They would.
Nah, have it.
I think he would. I think they would.
You know what though? I think he would too. You know, it's not even that I don't think he would. I think the thing is about that is that because Nori has like a lot of songs that go beyond.
And to go back to your point, I don't think anybody wants to see Red and Meth, so that we're not getting that.
Nah,
nobody wants to see them.
Well, nobody wants to see them. See, these are all performance. And that's where I think it lies. This is a celebration for Wu-Tang because there's no other deviation.
There's no competition.
There's no competition. So this is literally just allowing people that enjoy Wu-Tang to see Wu-Tang, right?
Yep.
But then we'll be lucky if they go, yo, fuck it. We're just gonna play this like we would be in a Wu-Tang. So somebody's just gonna play their hottest track. So you might even get like 40 individual tracks, or you might get 20 split 10 and 10 with Ray and Ghost, and then you might get the other 20 that are split with or excuse me, is that right? Yeah, so you get the other 20 where it's like other members of Wu-Tang and then like their greatest collection. Because then what it does is it allows for people, which really we look at these versus battles as ways to celebrate that person's catalog. So
yeah, for sure.
If they go out and then we're just celebrating Ray and Ghost, then they're gonna like, wait, we want our brothers to eat. That's always been the vibe that I've gotten off of.
I can say right now, you're gonna get a RZA cameo. You might get a Meth cameo.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's about it.
Well, I think RZA definitely gonna, for sure.
I think that's about it. You'll get Meth, you'll get RZA, and then that'll be that. But
man,
everybody wins with this one. I love it.
I think Capadonna and what's the name? Capadonna and Inspector Deck could make.
I hope Inspector Deck comes through because I really would love to hear his opening bars off of Triumph.
Oh, of course, Obama Atomically.
Has any of y'all
philosophies and hypotheses?
Has any of you gentlemen seen Wu?
No, I have not had the pleasure.
No, unfortunately, I was going to get tickets to see Wu-Tang. This is right before the pandemic hit. I had jumped on this website, and it was tickets to a show for Wu-Tang with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. And then they were going to, listen to this event. So they were going to play the entirety of 36 Chambers, right? So their debut album. And then they were also going to play the 36 Chambers of Shaolin movie in the set, like in the entire thing. So that was going to be
just sounds fucking wicked.
That shit sound mean.
And
extra high for that.
So here's the wild thing is like pandemic hit, it literally hit the weekend that it was I was supposed to go out there to go in Detroit. And so I'm very sad for that. But I haven't seen Wu-Tang either before or after the passing of ODB. Unfortunately, I've been a really big Wu-Tang fan since my senior year in high school. And I remember, inner 36 Chambers, that I haven't seen them, bro. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see him. I would love to do that. Have y'all seen him?
Nah, said unfortunately he hasn't, and neither have I.
Damn, dude.
No, son, that's one of my.
Wait. I have seen certain members individually.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
And like I've seen Red and Meth together, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen Ghostface and Raekwon together, you know what I'm saying? But I've never seen the whole entire collective, and that's the only 4 I've seen.
No, I shook Ray's hand.
For me though, like
I gave him a dap up when I was in the city one time. I saw him. I was like, yo, salute, King. But other than that,
you gotta understand, like a lot of times, them dudes when they go overseas and everything like that, and they perform, yeah, they get their money like that. But sometimes they come back and they do like a lot of local events just because you know, like like being from New York, like SOBs, fucking back then when BB Kings was up, you know what I'm saying? Like there was different little lounges and shit like that, like 4040, you know what I'm saying? Like with artists and you know what I'm saying, they would come through, do a little, everybody had.
I caught Joe Budden at SOBs, so you know.
Yeah. And so did I. And
so
that's why I caught Benny and I caught Benny when it I think it was it was Benny by himself performing for the Montana 3, yeah. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the last two concerts I seen over there was that one and the Jordan Lucas one when he had released the one with the numbers.
Yeah, I'm just ready to go back to a concert, a festival, what you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whatever, man.
One artist right now you could think of that you want to see top of your head that the one if as soon as they announce like you can go see them and you can go see them, you know what I'm saying, they're in your area, whatever case it be. Who's that artist that you're looking forward to? One right now. Let's go.
Oh,
I got mine right now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got thing? All right.
No, I need a minute.
I got Griselda.
That'll be the first artists that you like to go see as soon as
if they came out here, yes.
See, that's a cheat code, motherfucker, because you getting 3, 4, 5 niggas in one
Griselda. That Griselda concert finna be lit. Trust me.
Like that's a cheat code, bro. Because I
gotta bring automatic weapons.
Conway the Machine, like Conway the Machine too, like, and then you get what's the new one that the girl they signed?
Yeah, but they're gonna bring out drum work and all of that. The whole
what's that girl name though that they signed?
Seven of God.
Is that her
name? Her name is Seven.
Nah, it's another one.
Yeah, her name is Seven.
Okay, all right. Well, either way, that one, and you know what I'm saying, then you gonna probably get some Rock Marciano.
Listen, even if I just get a Benny concert, that'll be all right.
Yeah. All right.
Because I fuck with them. How about you? He's going to a Cudi concert.
Nah, bro. Nah. I mean, there's so many people I want to see.
Me too.
If I had to choose, I really want to go to Electric Forest again, which is probably the coolest.
He just wants to go to that festival, get high.
Camping Electric Forest is something different. Like
that's a cheat code again, brother.
Yeah, it's a cheat code, and the only reason I say this is because of like the variety that you see. It's like jam bands. You see.
Bro, when
electronic,
the chief will be out there with you.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, I can't wait. I'm so ready to go get my ticket. There's other festivals like, we're ready for social distancing. It's like, I'd just rather wait until the experience is like gonna be right. I get to go enjoy it like normal. I get to go be weird in like this colorful place where there's so many lights and installations and things out in the woods of northern Michigan. But if I had to choose, I think on the top of my head, who I would like to see is probably someone like Travis that has not only like possibly a good show and can give a good performance, but there's also like a visual element too. Like I like something like that. So I would probably say maybe Travis, I think would be a good first show to go to because I know that would be pretty dope. And then I would also like to see Excision, who is an electronic dance music producer and DJ, but he does a really good visual show as well. And there's a lot of bass there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd probably have to say those two. Yeah,
but hold on a second. So now let me hit y'all because see now you little cheated real quick because I said one and you want to give us two, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, it's all right. I do what I want, man. Shogun out here.
I know that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but fuck your shit. I'm gonna give you two now, all right? Since you want to up it up to two. So the first one is listen, this is one that's really like close to me because the thing about it is that my lady, she got one point was able to see this artist and then she missed that concert, you know what I'm saying? She gave it up, you know what I'm saying? Like she gave the ticket to a friend. And then the second time was with me. I was gonna see it, but I didn't want to go see it by myself, you know what I'm saying? So I gave that one up, you know what I'm saying? But now, you know, what I am, I relocated, you know what I'm saying? And we're together in the same location. So if there is an artist that we want to go see together, or at least for me, and it's really like the one top, is Masego.
Okay.
I think because Masego, like you said too, double A, like with the performance and everything and the visuals and everything, it may not be like visually like electrics and fireworks and boom 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 boom, but it will be a sensual background, you know what I'm saying? The vibe will be set, like it will be just nice and
Yes, because
jazzy.
that would
The
be
jazzy
copyright
vibe, you know what I'm
infringement, and
saying?
you
Like
probably
that
get
shit right
sued.
there will be that's who I want to go see when the concerts open up. I want to go see Masego, my nigga.
Masego.
Like, I love.
You know what? It made me think about
Have you
another.
seen Masego?
I haven't seen it. I haven't listened to Masego.
What? Don't
Oh, you don't know
disrespect
what
me
you're
like that,
missing
King.
out.
Yeah, so I know I'm slipping on my pimping for real, but you know,
Nah, that's a real Fendi fact.
yeah, I'm washed, so it's all good though. But I would like to see again RTJ because I saw Run the Jewels in Cincinnati at Bunbury Music Festival, and they were the lineup is super weird because it's really like if you had like a top 40 radio station, it's almost like they just pick artists from different realms and everybody's gonna like it. That's what that festival was. But I literally went for RTJ and they put on the best show out of all the different bands or groups that were there. RTJ like immediately, and I was back by the sound tent and I didn't care, and it was great. It was great. They put on a show, and crazy thing about it, I
love that last album too. By the way.
Oh, dude, I thought that was album of the year last year.
Man,
I mean, bro, if you look at the time frame and when it dropped, you look at all the social things that were going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all the social stuff that was going on. I think it hit at the right time, and it depends on who the voting or who did voting for album of the year.
I can't disagree with him on that.
Yeah, it was like everything. Go ahead. Yeah, no, I just think all of it hit at the right time.
Because you know what it is for me? You know what it is for me? All right. It was top contender. But album of the year last year, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I've already said it like on different platforms, especially our groups on Facebook and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Even on my Twitter and everything, you know. For me, the top 3 albums of last year was Nas King's Disease, represent for Nas, you know what I'm saying? One time for the one time.
Damn, bro, you got your whole cape on. That's crazy.
That's a fact, man.
Christ.
Listen. But Nas, listen. Remember how you were saying on our first episode that there's 3 artists, you know, so and then you went to 5 and 6, 7,
right.
whatever.
Yeah, I probably did.
For the artist for me, it's Nas for sure, you know what I'm saying? So I had to come through like because like what you said last episode, I wanted to pick you back off that and let you know, yeah,
right.
For Nas, I snuff nigga out. But Nas King Disease last year, and 2, it was 2 Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs. And 3, it was a toss up between either The Price of Tea for China or what the fuck was the first West Side Gun that album that came out last year? Damn.
Who Made the Sunshine?
No, that was the last one. The first one that came out, Pray for Paris. Pray for Paris.
Yes.
There you go. I'm telling you, because those are the ones that.
Didn't Plugs come out yet last year?
Huh?
Didn't Plugs come out last year?
I'm not sure about that one. I think it probably did. That was probably the second one. But the first one, the Pray for Paris, because at that point, when in the beginning of 2020, you know what I'm saying, when the albums came out, first one that came out was Freddie Gibbs, and then I believe Pray for Paris came out around the same time as Price is Cheap for China, you know what I'm saying? Like all 3 of them albums, they came out at the same time. So they was battling for me, you know what I'm saying? Like back and forth on which one was better. But then once I had finally seen, like, I mean, not seen, but listened to Nas's album, and that shit just solidified it for me. And then, like, I listened to the 3 of them, you know what I'm saying, consistently, the other 3. And then I broke it down. I'm like, all right, now coming towards the end of the year, because Nas dropped like maybe not the third quarter, but like pre-third quarter, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
think he dropped around August.
he did drop in August, but that's what I'm saying. Like it wasn't a third quarter yet, because the third quarter would be like around September. You know what I'm saying? And the fourth quarter would be December, right?
Fourth quarter is November to January.
All right, there you go. So boom.
No, like it ends on December 31st. So
No,
January.
the fourth quarter. I mean, music wise, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
Music wise is different.
First quarter would be like from 1 to March, right? March, right?
Yeah.
And then if you go into you head to
yeah,
June,
so that's where it's weird.
it was like in the third quarter, you know what I'm saying? But like you know what I'm saying, fourth quarter.
Yeah, we hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like around that time.
I was more so just saying from like a standpoint of just the fact that they actually like it wasn't just hip hop. I was just saying like album of the year. For me, album of the year was RTJ.
The music and everything on that album was
dude, it was wild.
Listen, the instrumentals, like everything, like you could tell that was a really like that wasn't like something that they put together like on some like let me send you this. You know what I'm saying? Like that was something that they put together. Like they was all together. You know what I'm saying? I'm there, you know what I'm saying? Pardon me. But they was all there to be able to put this together, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, yeah, all right, I like this. And boom, and boom. You know what I mean?
Yep. Facts. All right. And I know we're getting super drawn out because everybody's getting tired. I know OE is tired of being on the block right now. His girl probably coming out. Right, are there any other?
So we're gonna drop. So I would say,
is there any other topics that we want to get to in the meantime?
Not really. Everything we covered a lot.
So before we do get through, I know we'll look through some more headlines just to kind of give quick snips. Twitter is testing an undo button for tweets. Maybe that's going to be good for people when they say stupid shit and then they actually want to be able to take it off. We've seen a lot
some people need to be held accountable, and
I agree. I
think that's why
dumb shit, my nigga. I be deleting all the time. I ain't gonna hold you. I be doing that shit, but I be like, fuck that. I be like, damn, what's my right there?
Yeah. So
Twitter. Well, you don't say crowd shit that can get you canceled.
I don't give a fuck like how anybody feel like.
Right.
I say my shit.
But at the same time, too, bro, you are not the president of the United States.
Like I jump out the window. When I jump out the window,
but my guy, you are not the president of the United States.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like
so that's totally different. But
I'm not saying that. Hold on.
No, we already know what you're saying. It's like we understand that you stand on your ground and you get to be who you want to be regardless of that. What I am saying is that I think that's a bad idea. Not necessarily. It's like, and plus it's the internet. Somebody's going to be able to take a snapshot. Just being able to have an undo button versus like just delete the tweet, then there's going to be something like it's
Sure.
No, to me, this is just a vehicle for people not to be held accountable.
I think so.
A lot of people have been held accountable because of what they tweeted, but it might work out the other way. We never know. But in my opinion, nah. If you're gonna say something, stand by what you say.
Yeah.
And then be prepared to be called on it.
If I will be brought up on my account, you know what I'm saying? I'll stand by my shit.
Yeah, of course, bro.
All right, so let's go to the next topic. The next topic is racism and segregation in Maggiano's. Anybody been to Maggiano's, Little Italy?
The restaurant? Yeah, no, I haven't been there in a while. What are they saying now?
Oh no, this is not what they said, is what they did.
What happened?
We had a couple that went in there to have a meal, and they noticed something funny. They noticed that a lot of the non-colored people, I'm going to be trying to be nice.
I've had that happen to me before, where they get seated in like a weird section of the restaurant. I've had that happen.
Us people of color get seated towards the back, towards the door.
No, my wife and I. This was the time my wife and I went to Maggiano's for, I think it was my birthday, and I love Italian food, so
me as well.
We got seated, like normally they have like the first seating room. They pushed us out towards like the outside, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Why are we out here? Super weird.
Well, this couple actually took video of it and saw that they seated every person of color towards the back of the restaurant.
They didn't want them towards the door.
No, and they put all of the white people and people of not the non-colored people, they put them at the front towards the door.
Yeah.
And I say that's par for the course. I've seen that at very many different restaurants to the point that it doesn't even really bother me anymore. I would rather sit back there.
Well, I
would rather, me personally, I would rather be out the fucking way for my private.
Yeah, I like not being in a high traffic area where like motherfuckers are walking on my back just because I used to personally work in a prison. I like to have my back up against the wall, so then I know and can see exits. I know where people are going, who's walking by. Like I like that, right? That's where I'm just kind of ingrained into it. I also do know that this is normal in certain places where it's unwritten rules that so happen to be practiced. I think that there are certain
unwritten segregation.
There's places that you go with
that's crazy.
Like you could go into a retail store, and if you're of a certain ilk or color, then you're going to get more attention. And if you go into a restaurant, you may or may not get seated in a certain place, or you're not going to be attended to as quickly as you would with other places. Yes, that still is happening. I think a lot of people act like they don't fucking see it, but for some reason, when somebody we see it because it happens to us, my guy.
Exactly.
But if we're talking to somebody that it doesn't fucking happen to, then what they do is they go, oh man, really? I mean, that happened so long ago. Listen, motherfucker, if I'm telling you that this shit is happening right now and I'm here in the present, not this shit happened like when I was 10 or 15. No, nigga, like this happened 2 or 3 months ago type shit. And then there are more than enough people saying it. So there is enough valid examples for you to even go, damn, I'm sorry, I didn't even pay attention to that. Instead of there being the cop out, well, racism ended in, no, it didn't. It's still fucking here.
You know what?
It just happened 5 minutes ago to somebody somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me interject real quick, because I remember when you said that, in the beginning of the show, when we start talking about a woman, because it is Woman History Month, and we brought up that. And I earlier today when I hit you guys in the chat, and I was telling you guys, check out this documentary, whatever the case it may be, on Hulu, which is United States versus Billie Holiday, So now to go on for a black woman, and to piggyback off of the racism and everything like that, and just to piggyback off of like how we are treated, in society and everything. Remember I was telling you guys watch the documentary, whatever case may be, because it's a real good watch. Like, yes, that woman, she did her shit, and she had a lot of lines with drugs and everything. But at the same sense, like they really try to silence her, like with her freedom of speech, and freedom of just singing and entertaining, because you had different people at that point, like not even just the black community, but and the way it showed that it was even the white people was like, yo, sing that song, we love that song, and maybe that was for a different reason for them, because like, if you ever heard the song The Strange Fruit, like that song, what it represents and everything, so it's just it was just powerful today as I was watching that earlier, before I hit you guys, and we was doing this. Sorry, just
no, it's all right. We got super deep real quick.
Segue, but I just want to give it up for Black History Month, you know what I'm saying, for my the Black
now
community,
Women's History Month, you know what I'm saying?
So Black History, Women's
and Black Women's,
but it's still Melon History, Melon Month, you know what I'm saying? Plus
melanin history
with the women for me.
No, listen, every day is Black History Day. Every day is Women's History Day. I hate the fact that we have to have a month.
Yeah, well, it's just
it needs to be recognized every day.
There's a lot of people
go through some shit.
I feel different on that, my nigga, because I feel like it is, and at the end of the day, if you could have something, you know what I'm saying, like in your country where they represent something for a whole entire month, you got to be proud about that. Because what if they had?
It's not that I'm not proud.
Hold on. Because what if they had every month be like a white month? You know what I'm saying? Like, they no disrespect to the white community, but a Caucasian, whatever, they kind of conquerors type of month. Every month would be based off of just that whole entire month. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you didn't have nothing to celebrate? You know what I'm saying? Like,
to me, Black History.
Hang on.
Black History. Hold on, y'all.
We gotta be happy for what we get. You know what I'm saying? Like, not happy for what we get, but let's celebrate our month and let's continue to celebrate, and not like every day. Like, because not every day is Valentine's Day, right? Not every day is Christmas.
There's
a huge difference when it comes to when it comes to that argument, and I love it when people even say that shit, because if a white person ever argument, why isn't there White History Month? Well, there's a difference between color, which was put upon us, not by us, and then white history or whitewash history. Whitewash history is what is taught that these great things were achieved by these great people who were fucking terrible in real life, and slave owners or some dickhead fuck that came into a country that they did not find. Somebody was already here occupying it. Number one. Number two, we don't even know our fucking history because we were treated like fucking cattle. We don't even know lineages. Bro, I can only go back so far in my own family history. So if a motherfucker ever fixes their mouth to say some stupid shit like that, I bet you I can ask them, hey, where's your family from?
My whole thing is, I don't think 28 days is enough. I just don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, bro,
I don't think so.
Until there's a more recognized or more openly receptive community of people. And I agree with that.
You know it is too, because also to piggyback off what you were saying about white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, and us having like our own state, you gotta really think about it in the month too. Like all right,
where do we have our own state? Hang on.
No, we don't have our state. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you go ahead and you give me a second, Independence Day, you know what I'm saying, which is the day that we celebrate in America, right? Which is July 4th, right? That's the day of the whole, you know what I'm saying, that way in the country, right?
Yeah.
So now, where does anybody else have any state in the country, you know what I'm saying, to the point where they feel like they're also represented and not just represented, but at least considered equal, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's other I think there's like an Asian History Month. I don't know what month that is. There's also a Latin History Month.
They have that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? But the dominant one, even though like it's not like a month, like we celebrate that month of Independence Day because it's July. That's a major day.
I celebrate Juneteenth. So
all right,
when everybody was freed, right? Because all men are created equal.
No, I'm not saying that for us. I was saying about like for the white history, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just going off that real quick. But Juneteenth, yes, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like June 19th, of course, you know what I'm saying? I celebrate that. That's how, But even though, well, whatever, but that's what we do.
You're kind of, sorry to be getting so much visceral from me, but you're kind of pseudo playing devil's advocate. So I don't even advocate for the advocates, which at the end of the day, Black History Month, we understand why it was originally Black History Week, but then it got you know, extended into, since we were celebrating so many different people in regards to their birthdays fell in February. So then we decided to try and make it or extend it to Black History Month. But there's a lot of people that don't participate in the understanding of what Black history actually is when it comes to it being American history. So they don't participate, or they ask stupid ass questions like, why is there White History Month? Well, tell me what you know about Black history first, buddy. That doesn't include Martin Luther King and all the normal names that you can just fucking snatch out of midair, because those were the repetitive names that you heard. Can you tell? Right. Can you tell me about people that were unknowns within Black history? Who was the what's the name of the person that invented the Super Soaker? What's the name of the Black engineer that created the Atari that led into gaming or creativity in the gaming industry, or the evolution of gaming?
And that's why I say 28 days of nah.
Yeah, and that's understandable. I understand that it's not enough. I think that there should be,
in my opinion, well, I listen, it's fine. What I practice is, I'm half Black. I practice learning about my history at learning one new thing at least every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the way it should be. But I guess we have to get
every day is Black history for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, every day is Black history. Like, we're saying, like,
keep it rocking, because we're getting super long in the tooth, and we've been on this bitch for a minute. So let me rock and roll.
Let's get to the last topic, and because I'm getting death threats over here.
Yeah, so we got Justice League. The Snyder Cut will be broken into 6 chapters. So that's another headline that I saw that looks very interesting.
That's going to be 6 packs of ass.
Yeah, we'll see.
I know
Instagram is accidentally hiding likes for some users.
We kind of shit, and I don't really even care.
We already knew that. Elon Musk announces plans to start a Texas city called Starbase. That's super crazy.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna move over there.
Wu-Tang Clan, the legacy photo book, featured over 300 pages of rare unseen images. This is also
A.Hun The Shogun is gonna try to murder somebody on live to get that book.
Bro, I know that they have 36 physical copies. They're also selling them as NFTs. We will get into more understanding about NFTs, cryptocurrency, because that's like a huge thing that I'm trying to delve into, and I'm like such a novice in this space right now. But I've been lucky enough that, like, just listening to people that have been involved in it for a certain amount of time have been successful in that realm. And I think that space is going to be like the absolute new gold rush. And there are a lot of people that are sleeping on it. So when we're talking about Black history, my biggest thing is always talking about like financial literacy. It's going to be that. I think if we can get a new realm or a foothold in financial literacy, we'll be able to get to that. The reason why I'm saying this or bringing that into play is because this Wu-Tang Clan photo book, which is supposedly 400 pounds, there's only 36 of them. I doubt it's going to be 400 pounds because that just doesn't make any fucking sense. Or how the fuck are you going to move that? Which it looks to be in like this Wu-Tang capsule that looks like a globe, but it's actually in this globe spherical thing. I'll post a link to that so people can see what that's going to look like. So that looks crazy. And yes, I'm going to try. I've already tried or submitted my multiple email so that I could be in the list or realm of yeah, absolutely. Yeezy is there's a rumored Yeezy sneaker release, so that goes back into and this is Yeezy March 2021. So there's a lineup and it looks like 8 different sneakers. Most of them look ugly as shit. There are a few that I actually do like, but I've never worn a Yeezy, so there's that. Yeah,
those cloud white ones, man. Those are the only ones that intrigue me.
Let's see. I think those look. I actually took a look at them. They look okay, but there's a different pair that look like a basketball sneaker that I really like, and it's got a higher. It looks like a sneaker to me, and not like a cushion, right? Google says it will phase out cookies used to track user data, and that is
bullshit, because they're gonna need that, especially for advertising revenue.
Maybe they might do it. And to round all of this off, two things. So there is Primavera Sound Festival. 2021 is canceled due to COVID. This is a festival that takes place over in Barcelona, Spain. So maybe they are still not up to task with being able to quell the spread of that. And I think that's the reason why they decided to cancel that. So that sucks. And that was supposed to be for June 2nd, 2021. And then finally, female Olympians launch media platform called Together to highlight women in sports. So I think to end women's history, that would be the way that we do it. And we'll try and post links to all of these on our Facebook page. We'll also drop it in Discord. But gentlemen, I think we really got to the shits this week, just because we damn near did almost a 3-hour podcast, which is crazy. And I feel like, we've been doing this shit for real. Yeah, it's wild, man. We got through a couple technical issues. We had to start off and get done. I'm really gonna hate having to edit this bitch down, but luckily I don't think we have to do too much.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just a matter of just compressing a 3-hour fucking visual podcast, y'all. But other than that, though,
that's why you're A.Hun the Shogun. That's why
I gotta chop shit up.
Genius that you are.
Yeah, right, bro.
Sure. Sure, bro.
But fellas, as always, this shit is always fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm glad that we decided to do this. Do you have any sign outs that you would like to say? Any shout outs for the week? Anything like that? If you guys want to lead off on that, go ahead.
Well, what can I say that hasn't already been said? As you can see, I'm still on the block. Damn, this motherfucking block is dry. But
flip
I'm
nothing.
Still at it. Ain't still a motherfucking thing,
man.
But just to let y'all know, this is episode 2 in the can. We got it.
Episode 2.
This one was longer than the first one, and
damn,
we got
to
I got jumped all types of ways.
Yo, we'll get better. We'll get better at trying to condense this, because I know this long format. People have the attention span of like field mice. And plus, it was a little bit on my end. We were just trying to get audio and sound stuff kind of set up. So thank you to everybody. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to these gentlemen, and the ability to be able to just kind of do something that we all enjoy. And going through like the really stupid shit with like technical difficulties, I still enjoy it. So regardless, thank you, fellas. It's much appreciated. And shout out to the Native brand for letting me use the back of house area with like the sound foam up against the wall, so it gives me a nice little setting and stuff like that. But I got to give a huge shout out to them for letting me do it. Native brand, go to nativebrand.com. You can check out their stuff.
Nice.
Plug on
I
that.
love that shameless plug.
Yeah, well, not for them. For them, not for me. I also will be streaming on Twitch and YouTube under my surname, A.Hun The Shogun. So I haven't had or selected any dates as of yet. Hopefully I will be able to include these gentlemen into those streams as well. So then we
would definitely love to pop up.
So then we can
really
get into live debates there, and then we can talk mad greasy about shit that we dislike and cape for stuff that we do like. So go check out A.Hun The Shogun on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, the Aaron Hunter on Twitter, and A.Hun The Shogun on Twitter, which is my burner for my burner next to my burner. and then A.Hun The Shogun on IG. Yeah, and I will drop my link tree that puts all of that shit in one. So you're welcome. So you don't even have to go to that. I'm gonna drop that in this so y'all can see that. You know what I'm saying? Holla. You're Chief.
Chief.
Bless close us out.
All right, man. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So it's, Chief Chris, you know what I'm saying? So signing out one time for the C.D.B podcast, you know what I'm saying? The C.D.B boys, we out here. And I just like to thank both my gentlemen, Double A, aka the Shogun, and of course, OE over here, you know what I'm saying? And
still on the block, ladies and gentlemen. Still on the block.
Hey, if y'all around Marcy Projects, go get something from a man. He gotta go.
Please, I gotta feed my family, bro.
Allegedly.
I'll allegedly be out here for a little while longer.
Yo, he's still hustling Kool-Aid packets with sugars already pre-made.
For the camera real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like he good. Like he got some people holding him down.
Yes, I got it for the low, allegedly.
The Kool-Aid packets with the sugar in it.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Got them middle school hustles still rocking.
Gentlemen, this has been the C.D.B podcast. C.D.B, we all we got, baby.
C.D.B, we all we got, baby. You know what I'm saying? So we signing out one time for the one time.
Gang.
Thank you for checking out for episode 2. You know what I'm saying? So peace and blessings.
Yeah.